Yo, 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 yo. It's been a minute since me and my guys have been in the studio. We've been gathering thoughts, letting life simmer, and trust me, y'all have been missing out because the world has gone completely off the rails while we've been gone, and y'all haven't been able to hear our thoughts and takes. So y'all, we're catching you up and sharing some of our most recent ignorant thoughts and moments. Before we dive in, of course, to This is America. Now, listen. We said it's a new year, and we didn't expect it to start off quite like this. It's giving World War III was 2025. However, it looks like we may be entering a civil war. Our president went and kidnapped another president, like literally who wrote this script. Then the White House ordered thousands of ICE agents into Minneapolis, tied to what they're calling Somali daycare fraud abuse claims. And of course, during that surge, an ICE agent shot and killed a woman, sparking massive protests and outrage across the country. We're going to unpack that whole situation, the politics, the rhetoric, the outright fear in communities, and why America feels like life is on a knife's edge. Our take, the story has layers, and we're not stopping there, y'all. Remember when Kamala was just running for office and people lost their minds? Well, now it's getting nasty because Jasmine Crockett's running for a Senate seat in Texas has the people in a fury. Now, listen, we know how people feel about Black women, and apparently their thoughts are loud. However, guess what's not loud enough? Their apologies. Oh, yeah, we're talking about some of my favorite creators and what they had to say on a microphone. Then in Celebrities Say the Darndest Things, we're back at it because people still can't handle strong, talented Black women yet again. We're breaking down Aiden Ross versus Doechii versus the entire internet. And yes, we're going to be joined by a classmate who has opinions and has been dragged into all the takes. Y'all, it's Selective Ignorance, and boy, is we about to get ignorant. But of course, before we get there, I am joined by my super producers. Y'all have missed him. We have journalist Jayson in the building.
We back.
And then luckily he just sat back in his seat. I don't know what technical things he had to make sure
he's so
clicked.
super he could just move around.
You know what I mean?
Like he can do. Just
we got A King in the building.
Yo. We back, 2026.
We are back, 2026.
On steroids.
I feel like I have missed y'all so freaking much, and so has the audience.
Yeah,
By the way, I don't know.
We feel like I missed you, but it's like we see you on social so crazy. Feel like we're part of you.
I do be posting quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I haven't really posted yet in 2026 on my Instagram outside of my stories and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get to it, and y'all
You're very
already know.
intentional.
I am. There's a lot happening this first month that I wanted to be strategic about. But I'm also joined by my co-host, at least for the next the next quarter.
I came up.
First quarter of 2026, y'all. Before he goes out onto his own and leaves me, before he leaves the nest. I have Ja, aka Jason Lee, aka a man of many opinions.
Yeah. Peace up, 8-Town Down.
By the way, before we get into it, one of the things that I really loved the most is how much we are in this group chat now with each other.
Oh, yeah.
We are potting without potting, but we're texting while potting.
Always potting.
Always
potting.
Always potting.
Pod never stops.
I guess because, top of the year, hopefully a lot of new ears tuning in. I want to start off by us sharing some of our ignorant moments or thoughts that we've had over the last couple of weeks. Because y'all don't know, but we have not all been in the studio since, I would say, top of December. Like a month. It's been like a month.
Yeah. Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, because Jayson didn't join us for our year-end wrap-up virtually because that was done in another studio. And then, Ja, you didn't join us when I was up in New York.
Yeah.
So it's been,
The gang is back together.
The gang is back together, and I'm excited. We have a lot to talk about.
Do gang bang.
I want to throw it to y'all. Oh, my God. Hold on.
Gang bang.
I don't know if you know, that's now the song that I wake up to.
Yeah,
Chef Boy, what up,
like,
Chef Boy?
Chef Boy, yeah.
Jason, you remember early on when she was exposed to the records?
No. I like the. Okay, Let me talk about my
No,
ignorance.
and
real
then we
quick.
saw the video.
Hold on, I didn't share it. So my ignorant thought when I watched the
Chef Boy.
Do you gangbang? Because I be outside with my gang. I actually want to be from the Deuce the Foe.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, you said 2025 in one episode used to be Pyru.
Listen, hold on.
Hey,
You said it.
twist them
Whoa.
things up.
Allegedly. Sorry.
Big B's in the building.
First
I
off,
am not gang. We don't not gang bang.
First off, that was
You said
back.
stop at 5.
That was back in. That was back in 06 on my MySpace page. Okay.
Oh, you MySpace banging.
I was MySpace banging.
Yo,
Like, Damu, that's you?
No,
That's
deadass.
you,
Deadass.
Damu?
And I had a good friend of mine who was Pyru, and I said, okay, I'm part of
It's
set.
the energy of that song, though.
No.
Yeah.
So when I saw okay, we could actually throw that a little bit in my ignorant thing. So I'm from the South. So I watch this video. Ja comes in and he throws it up on the big screen. He said, wait, you ain't seen the video? And it's mad bitches twerking.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I did not think
Working.
Cali bitches twerk.
They working.
I thought
Gang
twerking. I thought okay. So
Twerking.
Twerking is crazy. Set twerking. I'm from the South. I'm from the South.
Right.
Right.
We shake ass. We throw ass in the South.
Right.
I know New Orleans throws ass.
Yeah.
Even New York, I thought they just did like the chicken noodle soup and Harlem
Like
Shake.
actual
throw
dance.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I don't know why I only thought the West Coast was crip walking. But clearly, if you Pyru, you not crip walking.
Yeah,
I didn't think I knew that girls that gained bread or that, was a part of that side shook ass.
Yeah.
And boy, was they shaking ass in that
and
video.
rags.
Do you think there's a
Ass
gang?
and rags.
I'm giving. Hey, listen,
It's a good Tumblr
that's
name right there.
Listen, I'm giving away free gems. Y'all could whatever. That's a website.
Ass and rags.
Do you think
I'm
there's
about
a gang? Like, do you think there is a gang ass dance? Like, do the girls who bang? Do you think there's a specific
If
ass?
there is,
a specific
maybe
twerk?
quietly.
If there is, we got to go look at the twerk happening.
Because
in
imagine
that
being
Chef
in the
Boy
wrong
video.
hood and twerking, doing the wrong twerk,
Doing the
in
wrong step.
in the wrong
Yeah.
step in the wrong hood, and you get shot.
I
See
think,
what I
I think
mean?
it's
Because
probably
you
a
did the
step and a
wrong-
twerk. It's like how you.
So
it's
how you?
coordination.
Okay, cool. All right. It's
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
it's a foot
I
cheek
feel like the Crips
coordination you
is
gotta work
twerking
out.
and stepping.
like if
The
you a
Bloods was
blood,
just shaking
They
ass.
stomping and shaking.
well, like if you a blood girl, do you only clap your right cheek? And if
Ah.
you
You
a
know.
Crip, you only clap the left cheek. Like
That's a
what
good
is
point.
the and if you get caught doing both, like what this
Ooh,
trouble.
Okay.
You get DP.
Trouble.
What's
You get DP.
But it's DP.
But you get
a different type of
DP.
DP.
Whoa.
Yo,
You get DP. That's crazy.
You know
You know what? This is
That's
why. You know what?
crazy.
I've never thought
We
about
know
that.
too much.
But
we know way too much about that.
definitely.
but
Way.
those rules in a strip club could be crazy.
It could be wild.
It could be wild. You gotta really know your left from right. But what if you're not ambidextrous and you can only do your strong side?
Left,
you know what I mean? Like my
right,
strong
left,
can't
hand.
get that. He
Right.
can't get that left cheek up.
You know what I
you
mean?
gonna
Left,
do? Yeah.
do it right.
pretty sure
do
that-
it, hey.
Do it right. Do
Hey,
it.
listen, I'm pretty sure there's disabled gang members that still get it cracking
For sure.
or bracking.
This
depending
was such a
The real-
collectively
the real
ignorant
Crips.
thought.
on.
The real
Oh
Crips.
my God.
They really getting it cracking.
We gotta
huh?
drop a disclaimer.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
right
no.
here.
I do
Hey,
not
guys,
gang
we
gang.
just-
I'm not gang gang. And
I do not
gang
be
bang.
on Rosecrans with my close friends.
But
I
these
do
are
not.
my close friends, and this
These
is
right
gang
here.
gang.
Yeah, this is where we be. Yeah,
We might
this
be
ain't
on P
Rosecrans.
Street.
This is gang
We be,
bang.
yeah.
Or Bowery in New York.
We be in
you know
West
what I mean?
Midtown
Soho.
with our close friends.
Long Island City. Look, Jason over there with, because I don't know the trenches of Jersey that Jason lives in, but he's quiet on this topic.
Listen, shout out to Trenton. I don't want no trouble in Jersey neither.
Jason shops at Whole Foods.
Jason, we've been, and if there was an Erewhon, that's
I
where
was
he'd
gonna
be.
say maybe there was.
Yeah.
I wanted him out there.
Now we've been ignorant over here in the studio, but Jason, have you had an ignorant thought or moment in the last couple of weeks while we haven't been in the studio?
What's my ignorant thought? My ignorant shit is always about my family.
Not my
I know,
family.
like,
I got an
yeah.
ignorant ass family.
I'm trying to think like what I had. So I had some friends come up from Delaware, and we went to the city to watch a game, Eagles Bills. It was like right after Christmas, and so I was like catching up with my homeboy, and my wife was talking. My homeboy's wife was talking to my daughter, and asking her about Christmas, and she's like, what did you get for Christmas? My daughter's 8. And my daughter was like, I got scissors.
Wait,
And
what?
and I was like, Like I had to like turn around because this bitch is gonna put something like right? Like, and she got a whole ass bike for Christmas. Too.
Wait,
It says scissors.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking. That has to, as a father, that has to hurt a little bit. Though, like
you got a whole ass bike
like,
that I had to put together. You talking about scissors?
Wait. But
crazy.
did your daughter really get scissors, and why?
She got scissors. It was like a bag of scissors that like the blades are tight in patterns. It's wild.
Oh, the pattern
I can see
scissors.
why she's
I
excited
remember
about it.
She'll appreciate it later in life.
No. But wait a second. As a parent, you lead with the probably worst gift, but also sorry, Jayson, that I'm calling one of your gifts terrible for your daughter. But to lead, to go out in public and be like, yo, I got scissors.
I got
A whole
scissors.
public with a whole ass chest. I got scissors.
Yeah, that's propaganda.
It's
really,
crazy.
like,
All my friends back home work in banking, so I know they were probably like, "Oh, this entertainment shit is up."
She's giving you a microdose of what this is gonna be when she turns 16. She's gonna be lit.
Man.
Oh yeah, don't get her car mats and a car, because she's just gonna tell the people.
You about to
she
get
got a car
I got
mat.
some new car
big
mats.
trouble.
Yeah.
You in
And a
big
used
trouble.
car.
That is hilarious. Wait, so did you hop in? I know you can't correct an 8-year-old, but did you at least tell your
definitely
friend's
looked
wife
over.
like,
I was
nah,
like,
bro?
she got a whole ass bike.
She got a
like,
whole
let's be clear. She got a new bike.
funny.
And my daughter's like, "Oh yeah, a bike, yeah, bitch, a bike,
A bike. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's hilarious. What about you, Ja?
I had an ignorant thought leading up to this episode, thinking about
shit.
like everything we're going to talk about today
a
led
lot.
me to this ignorant thought. And the ignorant thought is that white people haven't suffered enough.
Oh, okay.
Particularly white conservative men have not suffered enough. White conservatives in general, but white conservative men
like they
have not
haven't been
suffered
punched
enough.
in the face when they was young,
So
like that."
right now, if you ask a white conservative man, like, what's the worst time in America to be a white man?
Ooh.
They'll probably say right now. Like, they're not
Which is some bullshit.
They're not enslaved. They're not disenfranchised.
Right.
They're not being denied any civil rights. But they'll tell you that right now is the worst time ever. You got niggers trying to claim that their lives matter, and these trans are trying to win the state championship of the 4x100.
And how
women
dare
want-
these Somalis make all
dare
this
they?
money?
They make all this money. What does that leave me? The cracker god, right? So like, they're salty about that, but they don't have empathy. And you learn empathy two
Zero.
ways.
No compassion, no empathy.
You either get taught empathy as a child because you were raised by good human beings, or your life is so fucked up that you learn that, oh, I would never want to be a part of somebody else's oppression, so I can see myself, so I have empathy now. I understand. I don't want to be a part of that. Those are the two ways you mostly are going to get empathy, either from how you were raised or out in the world. And so, like, they're running around calling people, like, undocumented.
Yeah.
But they're the ones with no
They're calling them aliens.
Aliens,
But,
yeah.
They're calling them aliens.
but they're the undocumented ones. There's no documentation that they care about black people. There's no documentation that they care about LGBTQ people. There's no documentation that they care about Palestinians or any other minority group who's going through some shit. Like, there's no documentation of that anywhere. So what we need ICE, but we need a new ICE. We don't need the immigration. We don't need the immigration and customs enforcement.
Drake is not going to save us. Okay?
He's not going to save us at all. In no way, shape, or form is Drake going to save us.
That Canadian is not saving us. Okay.
No, we need a new ICE. We need ice cold. We need the
I thought you
interloper
were gonna
and
say like the anti-cracker unit or something.
we need the interloper and Caucasian enforcement. Interloper and Caucasian enforcement, right? For Conservative Oppression Liberation Department.
Yo.
Right? Like,
this is...
we always say everybody want to be a nigga till it's time to be a nigga. They talking like they ready to be niggas now, so we should treat them like niggas.
Ooh.
Like, let's do that. That's what y'all want. Y'all downtrodden. We'll show y'all what downtrodden is. We need to see your paperwork. You want to come in this rap show? Show me your papers. You want to enjoy Taco Tuesday and $2 margies? Show me your papers. Show me that you did something to help the
the Mexicans.
You want to enjoy the latte, the maca latte, haka raka coffee from that your LGBTQ barista made flawlessly. Nigga, show me your papers.
Cook.
Talking about some Alcatraz, alligator Alcatraz. Nigga, we sending your ass to Gringo, Guantanamo.
Yo.
We snatch you all off the streets.
Gringo, Guantanamo.
We snatch you all off the streets. No Miranda rights, no questions, no nothing. Get in the van. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not mad at that.
But But the white folks that want to go to rap show, they wouldn't be part of the conservative.
No, he said that. He
liberation.
said
If you show me, all I want to see is your documentation.
Show the documentation.
I want to see your
that
documentation
you care, that you give a fuck. That you give a fuck.
Show me that you use your time, privilege, effort, resources to do something for somebody other than yourself and your ilk. Show me that.
I'm not mad at that.
And then you can participate.
I love that. Yeah. You know what?
I just want to say, when you said cracker gods and made them salty, that wordplay,
crazy.
He's killing it.
Yo, he got bars. You see what I mean? That pen is working.
That's where I'm at with it.
You know what's crazy? Gringo got Guantanamo.
Gringo Guantanamo. That's what we taking it
at. You know what?
Boss up flashback.
Yeah. That's what it was giving me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you're bringing me back to your boss up
I do this
era.
shit in real life,
you
in
really
real time,
do.
nigga. Like,
Gringo Guantanamo.
Yeah, Gringo go right off the streets. Get in the van,
for
nigga.
those of you, if y'all are new, Ja is also. I have two journalists, Jasons, right here. Okay? One with a Y, one without the Y. Because we want to know why. But yeah, literally is the creator of majority of the headlines on Gossip that made you laugh throughout the early 2000s.
That's a fact.
And yeah.
That's
you bringing that here. I like that energy.
Yeah. That's what I'm on. 2026.
I like that energy.
That's what I'm on.
Hey, King, I need to hear your ignorant thought and moment over the last couple weeks.
I don't even think Jaws was even ignorant. That shit was just
that was Bible. It was giving Bible.
You know what I mean? But my ignorant take is. So I'm watching these rappers do podcasts, right?
Uh-oh.
And we look at no. Hold on.
Yeah.
Come on, 2026.
So when we look at the landscape and what it is, we always aspire to be better, and we have plans, right? And I'm looking at the culture and seeing, and I don't mind rappers getting in. I saw Nas did a one-on-one with Joe Budden and Primo when he talks about that he's happy because they get to tell stories. But then I said, these niggas ain't telling no stories. So then I thought about the climate of beef and what that looks like. If we're not rapping diss records to get the response from the people, and these rappers are now adapted podcast mics, is this going to be a thing where we're going to have more pod wars with rappers?
Ooh.
I mean...
And then I'm going to throw another nugget in here, too. And this is my ignorant take.
Okay.
Some of those same rappers that I see, not all of them, some of them that have podcast mics have been very supportive of Drake during the Kendrick battle, right? Now I'm looking at how they watch the streamers and how the activity and, everybody amplified. When Drake drops this is my ignorant take, when he drops the album, these same guys are going to be yelling from the mountaintop.
Oh, you know it.
Whether it's good, bad, or ugly. Right? Mm-hmm. Which is going to cause discourse with the other side of this nation.
That's
the West Coast, who's already been potting.
Right.
So what I foresee, hopefully it don't happen, right? My ignorant take, hopefully it's prevention. Yo, don't get up on these mics and start East Coast, West Coast pod wars over rappers when y'all are not rapping because y'all podding.
Right.
Well, we do have a few of the new potters rapping. But we saw like Let's Rap About It. Those 4 guys.
Well,
go after 50.
So
and we'll talk about that in another episode.
And I think that was because that whole back. I don't think that's gonna go anywhere because 50 has emotional intelligence. He likes. He does. Like we see.
He's a petty man with
people say,
something to lose.
50 is very calculated. You don't see him doing too much, but he can. And I don't think that he's gonna be quiet this year. I think we're gonna see him rapping again. I think actually there's a record that hit the top of the charts that he did with some. I don't know if he's German or I don't know if y'all saw it.
Oh, I did.
I watched the video last night and I'm like, oh. And 50 was talking spite. I'm like, wait a minute. Are we overlooking this shit?
Maybe.
He's getting back into music?
Oh, I think and he got another record for the theme song for a new show that he's doing.
Okay, I like
with
that.
Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. And he talking that shit. It ain't.
I like that.
He ain't barring out nobody yet.
Sure.
But I think when it's time, I'm like, we might get a How to Rob Part 2. And I don't know how they're gonna respond to shit like that.
Okay.
I would love that.
But ultimately, it's just like, I hope we keep let's beef on podcasts and let's just do content for the people and uplift people. We don't want to use these podcast mics as rappers dissing other rappers on podcast mics. That's what I don't want to see that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's what the people want.
It's what the people want.
Like, it's what the people want. And I hate that that's what we play into. We've heard Jim say, well, I know what the algorithm wants now. And unfortunately, consumers
he's leaning in.
Consumers love beef. Consumers like that they're going after
We
each
like
other.
malarkey.
Humans
We like
like
malarkey.
mess.
We do.
They
We
like mess.
Yeah,
Fucking
they like mess. Any
malarkey.
kind
So
of
we're the
mess.
problem.
Always.
we are.
And then when
Always,
somebody
always.
dies, we're still the
The
problem.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. That's what this whole podcast is about.
Yeah,
It's about the
yeah,
outrage
yeah.
of the people. Okay.
And
So
when
And
you
that record, real quick, the 50 record, it's an Italian rapper.
Italian,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes, I know you
see,
got
this
it.
is why we have
Gio,
journalism,
Gio,
Jason.
yeah.
He said,
Yeah, I saw-
"Don't be confusing the white countries."
Let me tell you, it
No,
was
'cause people
bothering me
want to
so
look it up.
much.
It's called Phantom. If people want to look it up.
Cause I saw 50
post
post number one,
Okay.
blah blah blah, and it was like I didn't watch it in real time. Like last night, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, yo, let me see what this is. And I look, I said, oh, okay. And he talking that shit, and he got the inflection, and he looking at the camera like, play with me, if
Like,
you want.
come on.
And I'm like, all right, Fifth. But anyway, I don't want this shit to go crazy. And either, although, like you said, it's us that's the problem. So whatever.
Okay. And my ignorance
Here we go. Come on.
took place last night while I was high as a kite.
High?
So I am doing dry January. I'm not drinking any liquor. And so because I was going out, I was like, well, I don't want to be sober. So I've been being sent nowadays, this is not an ad, but they've been sending me these bottles of 5 milligram THC spirits. No
Okay.
alcohol, but it's a THC spirit.
Right, right.
Zero proof. So I was like, you know what? Before I get to this dinner,
Let me go ahead and crack
let
one
me
of these
try.
things.
Let me try one of these
one
things.
time.
Let
Is
me
it
mix
bottle
it.
can?
It's a bottle. It looks like a liquor bottle,
Okay.
but it's THC.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, let me mix it with like some club soda. I'll be fine. Did happen to have. I'm drinking this while I'm getting ready. I realized I end up drinking half the bottle,
It's good.
and I'm like, okay, this was tasting a little too good. But okay, it's only 5 milligrams. I can do 5 milligrams. So let me also get shrooms.
Hold on, 5 milligrams per 8 ounces.
So I didn't do the math.
Yeah. That's what I'm
math
saying.
was a
That was
math.
gonna be my question. I'm like,
She's
5
already at
milligrams for a whole.
She at the
I'm
32nd
like-
ounce.
So I didn't look at how many servings are in this bottle.
That would help.
This nigga
Or
smoked
what
drank
the-
a quarter pound of weed last
Yo,
night.
in one city. Thought it was gonna dilute with a little club soda.
Yeah, like club soda. Like, nigga, what? All right.
Yeah. Don't know why I did that. So also added shrooms. So
The
anyways,
fungus is
I
among
know.
us. Oh
She just
man.
added. Oh yeah, I added
Add a
a
little
little
shroom on
adobe.
top.
That
No,
is-
it ain't about nothing.
only 2 squares. So I go to this dinner because, and here's my ignorant take, because I was like, I don't know if I'm ignorant, being selfish. I don't know if we're supposed to consider ourselves, consider other people. This is where I just don't know if I should have even had this thought.
Right.
So it's a birthday dinner. The birthday dinner starts at 9. Now, when you think dinner, you think reservation. You think, okay, we all got to be there to sit, da-da-da-da-da. I get there at 8:51. Because first off,
Puncture.
I'm considerate. Second
She's
off,
punctual when she's
not
high.
only,
Yeah, right.
bro,
That's crazy.
this is
Nah,
how
Mandy's
it's
always
different.
punctual,
It's
though.
always
Yeah.
punctual. But for me, it's a sign of respect to be early for what you.
Yes.
Sure.
It's
absolutely.
a birthday dinner. You don't want to be the late one for a birthday dinner.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm at the
Y'all
bar.
don't, neither one of y'all believe that. But
Hold on. But I'm at the bar, and it's now 9:10, 9:15. The birthday girl is not even there. So someone comes that I know is a part of the party, sits next to me, calls the birthday girl. Birthday girl's like, yeah, man, just got done with my makeup at 8:30. Not gonna be there till 10.
Ooh.
So, would like to know if my actions were ignorant here. I said, birthday dinner was supposed to start at 9. I purposely did not eat heavy so that I could eat dinner. And now my dinner is being pushed from 9 p.m. to after 10.
No dice.
Because she's not getting here until 10.
No
So,
dice.
I ordered my dinner
Mm.
at the bar. And so by the time birthday dinner started, I sat there and watched people eat because I was hungry. And so, not sure if I was supposed to do that or not, but also the birthday girl I felt didn't respect my time, but then is that a selfish thought? So I want to know if it was ignorant of me to go ahead and order my dinner at the bar, eat before the birthday dinner even started, eat before the birthday girl arrived, and then when the birthday girl gets there, I'm sitting there high as a kite watching everyone eat.
So ignorant has a connotation of being wrong.
And I felt like that.
It was ignorant, but it's not wrong.
Okay. That's
It's
where,
not wrong.
And so that's
Yeah,
where
I
I
was
was
gonna say,
like,
hell
and
yeah.
see, so in my mind, I was like, I know, and I think I'm supposed to wait on the birthday girl.
Sure, technically.
So a part of me knew the right thing to do.
Hey,
But
bro.
to me, the right thing to do was, bitch, you hungry, you ain't ate all day. Do you want to pass out? Do you want to be hangry when the bitch comes? Like, so for me, knowing that I had 40 more minutes till she arrived, I ordered some motherfucking curry mussels and ate that thing. Was slurping that bread, was slurping that juice.
Who's currying mussels, bro? Hey, what?
Atlanta.
Yo, what the?
It was curried mussels, okay? But anyways, I ate dinner before the birthday girl arrived and was just like,
Nah, bro. Listen,
we are.
I have questions.
okay, hold on. Come on, follow up
Come
question.
on.
I
Yes,
have
Jayson.
questions here. So,
Not to lie. If y'all were watching the video by
No.
the way,
I'm gonna interrogate this ignorant shit that
I'm
you
looking
got
at my
going
calendar
on.
here. Yesterday was January 10th, correct?
yes,
Okay, so
a Saturday.
listeners, if y'all listen to the bonus episode, Mandii talks about New Year's Eve. So that was just 10 days ago from this incident. So on December 31st, Mandii, she vows to not go to any more I forget the phrasing. Ethnic parties. Okay.
I see where you're going.
So I'm not
It took
gonna
you
lie.
10 days to lose that
Okay,
vow.
I'm not gonna lie. So all of my friends are black. I have very sprinkled
Yo,
white
you
friends,
sound
right?
crazy.
So like, am I not supposed to go to now anything that any of my friends
Yeah,
throw? Because
anti-Negro.
On
here's,
time?
here's my
No,
thing.
just don't go on time. But you are a super time. When we do meetings, if Mandii sets a meeting for 9,
Bro.
9 is late.
Yeah,
Mandii
100%.
is on. I'll get on and I'll see Mandii like lurking, and I wait.
Lurking
and
is
I'll
the
see her
right
because she
word.
was in,
Thank you.
And then I jump on right
Talk
at 9
nice.
so she knows I'm on time.
Listen, if we had
Mandi's an on time motherfucker.
if we had BTS content
Oh,
from
yeah.
the year-end rap show,
Oh, no,
man,
no.
oh
No.
man,
They would've hated
Patreon
me.
would be
Ooh.
booming right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Patreon
I'm a
would
pretty reserved
be
dude. I don't
booming.
have anxiety.
Wait,
So
wait.
When
Are y'all
people
gonna
say
tell
I got
them-
anxiety, I'm like, what are you?
Okay.
I had anxiety that day because we
Oh
were
wait,
in a new
are we
facility.
sharing with the BTS of the year and wrap up episode? Here we go.
Yo,
What were y'all's thoughts in the room?
I was like, yo,
So
I don't know the temperature in here, but I know her.
yeah,
But I thought that they
yeah.
were good, but they are. But in this dynamic, they don't know that.
Yeah,
And
no.
I'm like,
Hold
to
on,
your-
explain
to your-
because Jayson
so-
wasn't in the room
So,
either.
Jay, we started maybe about damn near an hour after the fact because they were just starting to set up, and they were there. They were already there.
Could've
So a
been
lot of
set up.
things, yeah, it could have been set up. It was very nonchalant.
Never
and
should
I,
have made it.
and I always think about, right.
I was pissed.
She was pissed off, and to the
Dog.
point where, so in that episode, you notice when on the second part, she's like, oh, she made a reference to me, had to go get some tequila and all. That was because their
Oh, yeah.
anxiety was
I've
up.
heard that, yeah.
They're like, yo, we need something to calm
Oh
down.
no, I'm not gonna lie. I made everybody, and mind you, my therapist just told me, and I didn't know. I've been working on it. I was unaware of the energy that I permeate in rooms, right? And I have like certain defense mechanisms where I'm cold because I don't want to be attached, and there's just different things. But boy, I don't think I've ever made
He was
every
swe-
guest
homie was
and
sweating.
every person in the room be like, "Is this bitch's head about to explode?"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like you, and
I'm
you and
sitting
I
there-
are new to
yeah, I'm sitting
oh, no,
next to
I
you.
was like,
and
this
me
is
and
not
like-
John are new to working
Yeah,
with each other,
yeah.
and this was
Bruh.
yeah.
Every time it was always something, and it was so minor, but it was something, and I'm like, oh, it's added to it.
But yeah. But
Oh,
it was
no,
and he was,
also-
and homie was sweating. Yo, Jay, he was sweating. I'm like, oh, he don't even.
He
But
was
I,
under
I
pressure.
didn't want to forewarn him because you gonna take that, nigga, because you gonna have to deal with this shit again.
Hold on,
Yeah.
and then you don't even know in post there was getting fucking files.
Oh, that
so
was-
I was on his ass.
oh.
I said, "Oh, you not even getting paid till we get all the files." But then you don't even know he didn't switch one of the episodes the right way. So then
Fam.
2 weeks after that, or a week after that, I'm on the phone with TJ because we're going through. She's like, "I don't want you to be mad, but do you know he walks through the whole frame? I have to find an angle where he was walking in front of the cameras during the recording."
Yeah, he kept touching shit. He kept going.
And
to the
also,
camera
one of them
touching.
cameras, like it was a goddamn potato. Like the camera that was on me, that shit, like he shot that shit through a bag of Five Guys French fries.
Bro,
like,
shut
it
up.
looked so, I was like,
was-
come on, my God.
And when I
Like,
tell
was
you,
like, bro.
all I'm sitting here trying to do, y'all know I'm a seasoned but new potter in a new city trying to find the right teams. I'm building out my studio right now. So by the end of the month, we will have our own Selective Ignorance set. But it's been like, I wanted a nice vibe because we had Deontay Kyle on, JoJo joined us. And I was just like,
We are too much into the I gotta get a bag culture where people are just bypassing skill sets and etiquette
And
And they're just getting to that, and then now
saying I can do it.
you get
and
a
they
Mandii in the room and like, chop, 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 and they don't know how to deal with that.
Don't be telling people I do
No,
chop,
it's not.
chop.
It's not.
No,
It's not
but
that.
everything-
No. Sometimes we need belt to ass in these settings because it's like everybody's not the same.
But wait, can I also tell y'all how difficult it also is to be the chop belt to ass as the woman in charge and everyone in the room is
Everything.
men?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
work
yeah. I
with
get
a
it.
lot of men. I hire a lot of men, especially here in Atlanta. JoJo was the only woman, but she ain't have much to say because she just didn't have much to say. Love JoJo, but she's also radio. So
Right.
she's 85 South. She pulls up. She shows up as talent.
Right,
So
exactly.
even in that element, I was just like, I'm over here probably looking like a fucking dictator.
No. But I'm gonna
It's
say this
giving
though.
Trump.
Before anybody listening gets it fucked up, like
Mandii Taylor Green.
you were
Phil.
justified in everything. Like
Yeah.
it could have been way worse.
Oh, I could.
Way.
I was calm.
You
don't know.
kept
I
it
bro,
super cute.
I was waiting.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
Real
For
shit.
the other side,
Yo,
yeah.
Jay, I was waiting.
Yeah.
For homie to be like, yo, can we book it another day? I was like,
no.
I was waiting.
That
It
would've
was
been-
getting
that
right
would've been
there.
wild.
To
Yeah,
because
that
I'm
would've
watching
been
him. I'm
would've
like,
been
yo,
crazy.
this is his studio.
Okay, but also, I was being nice, but in the most condescending, passive-aggressive way.
Yes.
So, like,
Very,
I wasn't
yes.
raising my voice, but I was like,
You
so
put
can I get an ETA? Because I did say that we were going to start at 11. And
You
it's now
sure this lucky I ain't
11:42.
paid his PO yet?
No,
because
it's funny. It's funny because when I was watching the videos,
I was like, oh, this.
Yeah.
Wait.
I was like, oh, this.
Wait,
nigga.
did I say that?
mean, hell yeah, you said that. That's why I was like, oh,
You said a lot of
okay.
things that
I
you would
was
probably
like,
say.
oh.
You would say it in the group text or an email after. You said it
coming
in
out.
real time. Like he was getting.
In real time, yeah, I did say, like, yeah, you
But the
lucky
other
I ain't
part,
paid this
no,
shit
but
yet.
the other part of it is because
I'm going to need a discount because this some bullshit.
yeah, no, but also because like I think that he knew that there's other men in the room. So even if he thought that he was gonna like pop fly back,
Nope.
like I think he
He
knew
had
it
no
would
la-
like,
he had
bro,
no
you have
lane.
no wins in this contest.
But also,
so
there
just,
was a way where it was just like, bro, I asked, y'all know, I'm very black and white on the things I want when I want to start. And I told him, start at 11,
You
we
black
have a
and white
hard
too.
I was gonna say that's funny. That was funny.
The biracial joke at the
Switch.
top of the
I mean, it
year
was right there. It
is
was right
crazy.
there.
It was
it was right there.
right
You was
there.
right there. You
I
walked
could-
right
come on
into
now.
that spider web. It's like on your face, right?
Listen, they
While
would.
my hair is also black and white.
I
Hear me
mean,
like
Yeah, you got
right
your
You know.
Rockstar Tiger King.
Rockstar Tiger
I
King.
fuck with you.
All right,
I fuck
But wait,
with you.
just to
Yes.
two things could be true.
talk to me.
The birthday girl is her birthday, so you got to have compassion to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Secondly, they don't know that you was on shrooms or what you got going on.
You
that
know,
would make
that
you,
was a part of my high thoughts.
right.
I was
right.
like, damn, if I was drunk, I would have been loosey goosey.
Yeah,
But because
yeah.
I was high, and here's what I do notice. Y'all know I'm neurodivergent. What I realized with the highness was I lost the ability, and I said this at the table because I was high as fuck. I said, oh my God, I lost the ability to be in multiple conversations at once because I got turned off from a story that y'all are going to hear on the bonus episode. But I got like, what is it called? Taken away from the one conversation that was happening. For so long, I said, I got to hear the end of the story. And I came back like 20 minutes later.
Yo,
And the rest of the table was like, oh, girl, she finished the story. Yeah, but I didn't hear it.
But I need you to retell it.
I
no,
need my
it was
closure.
crazy. It was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy. It was crazy.
but I say it's her birthday.
Okay,
You can
and-
you should expect that, but also at the same time,
I was
you
high.
showed up early and high.
No, I showed up
I'm
on
on
time.
time and high.
Thank you.
But also, I feel like the more
You
in
gotta
that
follow
hour,
the vibes of the person. Like the
Yeah.
people in the studio needed to follow your vibes, and you had to follow the birthday girl's vibes. And
Yeah,
like
they
you
ain't
said,
followed
like
quick
you
enough.
said in the
no,
episode,
clearly.
New Year's
No.
Eve, you made
But
your vow.
in that hour from 9 to 10, the moral high ground shifted. Like at 9
Okay,
o'clock, I'm waiting for you. At 10 o'clock, nigga, I've got to eat.
Now you gotta eat.
And you
No,
just
of
got to
course.
just deal with whatever that is. Like, I don't want to
Period.
hear nothing about it.
Oh yeah, you should have seen. I heard the passive aggressive too because, but everyone started ordering their food. Mind you, that also pissed me off. The dinner to me went from 11 to 23. Oh bitch, it's not a dinner anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for 23
23
people to
people to order food?
their
Yeah,
food.
that's
and
crazy.
My shit gonna be no. So when she wanted to pray before everyone ate, and
Oh,
as she
man.
did that. I literally heard the passive aggressive. She's like, I know some of y'all ate already, but we're gonna pray over the food, bitch.
Oh,
and I
man.
said,
No,
I guess where the hands at, I don't give a fuck. And it was good, bitch. Okay, anyways, we are skipping Double Down or Take It Back. We're bringing that to the Friday episode because we have a lot to get into in terms of politics. So we getting into This Is America. Don't catch you slipping up. Don't catch you slipping up. And we've been caught slipping, guys, in America in these first 10 days of the year. I guess we'll start. If you guys listened to last week's episode, I leaned in just a little bit on what was happening in the most briefest, simplest way between Venezuela and the U.S., especially in terms of the air space that was shut down for quite a couple days, leaving quite a few people stranded in the Caribbean. Crazy. I leaned in it into just saying that, the U.S. and Venezuela been beefing, but the president literally kidnapped fucking the other president. Jayson, if you can lean us into exactly kind of what happened, briefly talk about it, because there's a lot to get into here around Trump kidnapping Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro. By the way, I love Maduro. Isn't that a band, like a group?
Menudo.
Menudos. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Maduros is plantains.
Plantains. Okay, I knew it was something.
You can love both.
Okay, I like all of them. Menudo. And now we got another Maduro.
My Latin Americans.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not going to put her on blast, but one of our mutual Dominican homegirl hit me up and was like, I heard people talking about Maduro in my group chat, and I thought they were talking about plantains. And then my brother said something, and I realized, like, oh, shit, you talking about
a person.
You talking about a person.
The news.
I'll tell you off the mic.
I'm good Dominican. How you? Whatever.
All right. Jayson, explain to us a little bit about what's really happening so we can get into the weeds of it all.
Yeah, so the Venezuela, so like y'all saw that like there was the news in the past few weeks about Trump bombing ships out in the ocean and so in cargo. Yeah, so that was kind of like related to like this whole thing he's doing with Latin America and saying like it's about drugs coming into the U.S. And so as he was doing that, Maduro was also like taunting him. There was like clips and videos of him dancing. And so
they said 2026, that's about to be probably the most popular costume.
Maduro in tech fleece?
Yeah, they put him in a Nike tech suit.
Oh, yeah, they put the tech fleece.
Just when we was doing the quarter zip. See?
Bruh.
Exactly.
Well, you know that the same thing that we talked about in terms of the digital blackfacing, it's kind of what they're doing with that image as well, is making that look like the uniform for criminals. Is the Nike Nike
mostly worn by niggas.
Yeah, but what's crazy is
so they made Maduro look like
what's crazy is
YN Maduro.
Which
is a crazy rap name. YN Maduro is
fucking.
Somebody's gonna use that in the bar. Somebody's using that in the bar.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think they put him in the wrong color. They had to give him a red or blue color.
He needed a pop of color.
Because the gray. If you know from a woman's side of things, it's giving thirst trap. Okay, that's giving the thought suit. Okay, if you were in gray sweats, baby, we're looking at the print. So putting Maduro in a goddamn gray Nike tech suit, my eyes went to one place, and then I felt like, ooh, this is the politician. I can't be looking for the print and the politician. The print and the politician is not supposed to go together.
The print and the politician.
The politician.
So
anyway, Trump ordered the commission to scoop him up and kidnap him because he said it was over the drugs, and then a lot of people were saying it was from the oil. And
it was from the oil.
And when Trump gave a press conference, he kept saying the oil, the oil.
We got it. We got our oil back.
Every time reporters were giving him the out to say, well, what about like
the drugs?
The aid and humanity? He's like, yeah, the oil.
Yeah, no, but the oil though. We're trying to get that bread, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. It's the same thing we saw him do with his grandiose performance of empathy for the Christians in Nigeria.
Oh,
and
we
actually knew that he did not care about the religious persecutions of Christians in Nigeria, that it was about the natural resources over there and everything else.
But look at George Santos. He said he's going to go out there and participate in the humanitarian efforts.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, fam. Come on.
And also, for the record, there was a politician in Honduras who literally does the exact same thing that Trump is accusing.
He just pardoned
Maduro, and he pardoned him.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
The thing that's crazy.
This was like less than a month ago. He pardoned him.
Well, we know he's a hypocrite now.
That's all he's gonna do. But like the thing that's crazy with this latest attack is that by all reports, they said basically Congress didn't know what was going on, but Exxon knew what was going on. BP knew what was going on. Like the Chevron, like he talked to them before he even talked to
Wawa.
United. Wawa.
I'm just throwing out all
But
the
how
gas stations
ignorant
now.
is right after
Valero.
that? Did y'all start seeing
Circle K, you know what I'm saying?
content on your social feeds about what stocks to get?
shit.
I watched it.
I didn't notice that.
Ignorant take.
But that's what this shit happens, man.
Oh, wait.
Robinhood, and I ain't gonna lie.
You went to Robinhood and looked at
I
because
didn't
it
buy
was showing
anything,
up
but
in
I
your...
looked to see the movement to see.
Where were you seeing that? On what algorithm? Was it on X?
I seen it on X. I seen it on all of them, Instagram and Threads.
Oh, wow.
I got him on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube as well.
I watched a 30-minute video of this.
There was a dude from Venezuela. I guess he's I forget his name, but he has some kind of following. He was in there driving in the city talking about invest in this, invest in that. I'm like, wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, the guy I saw, it was the 30-minute video of him breaking down how Venezuela is about the oil, but what is the oil about? So he was taking it back layers and layers. The oil isn't about cars. The oil is about AI, because
even though they're running off water.
But they need oil
for the machines
to run the machines.
Oh, don't blame AI again. I don't want my husband to be so bad.
Oh, yeah, your husband's gonna kill us all.
I
told you that. I told you your husband gonna murder us all.
Pollution in the water.
Y'all knew my husband being ChatGPT.
But these companies that build the infrastructure that the data centers run on get huge contracts, GE and these other places. So he was basically saying you need to invest in this GE company, in this company, because the energy companies are the ones who are going to build out these infrastructures.
And the oil.
And the oil, everyone's going to get paid in that kind of circle. So if you're looking to get some bread out of this fucked up situation, he was trying to point out, like, these are the things you should put your money into, because these are the companies that will be in charge of all of this shit after they steal all the oil.
Now, I want to go from this, because I mentioned in my opener this idea of a civil war. This brought back, of course, World War III, because that's why the airspace, by the way, was shut down, because you don't want anything falling from 30,000 feet in the air.
Hell no.
And then all the other countries about to get in on this shit, right? But taking it to a more just nationwide thing, the White House ordered more ICE agents to Minnesota. We didn't get to talk about it because this is something that actually came about on the timeline during the holidays, but there is allegations of a huge case happening in Minnesota where Somalis have come in and done child care fraud, where apparently there's a whole bunch of daycares that are set up with no kids, and they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Allegedly.
From the pandemic relief money.
Yeah, like it's all alleged. I think they're looking into it, but they done sent ICE agents to go in and get these Somalis. And this unfortunately has led to protests, which not allegedly, but did actually lead to a white woman. If you could get me the name of that woman who was shot and killed.
Nicole Good.
She was shot and killed. She was a mother of 3. And of course, there's 2 sides of the coin here, 2 different versions, even though we do have video. We do have video,
from
but
multiple angles.
From multiple angles.
Multiple angles.
From their angle and...
However, we have the left and right sides of what actually took place, despite the fact that we have video evidence. Jayson, how do we want to tackle this conversation? And do you have any more insight on what's kind of happening outside of right now the nationwide protests in support of everything that's happening with Minnesota? Do we also want to play the mayor's clip of what he had to say to ICE?
Oh, Jacob Frey?
Jacob Frey, which... he's actually said a few things, and I don't know what clip you're gonna say, but he did hold a press conference for his town, and then he's also been seen on CNN and other news channels.
He made the big rounds this week.
Absolutely.
After he said that.
There's a couple different ones. Let me go with this one.
Okay, let's play that thing. And y'all been up on this, right?
And the other shootings that occurred prior to that.
There was another one. We'll get into that too.
Get into that,
Go ahead and play that.
Yep.
Oh, unmute it. Start it over and unmute it. There we go.
By my statements, we stand by our statements. I'll look back to what I said. What I said was it was reckless abuse of power. Yes, it was a reckless abuse of power. I said that what the narrative that the administration was pushing in the immediacy following this shooting was garbage and false and BS. It was. I stand by every one of those. And, this notion of inflammatory comments, I mean, come on, guys. I dropped an F-bomb. I dropped an F-bomb. They killed somebody.
6'7".
Which one of those is
6'7".
I'm going with this.
He literally did the 6'7" hand motion. So the
Our
F-bomb.
president was using the F-bomb.
He said he was gonna grab him by the pussy.
Pussy.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah,
And mind y'all, the F-bomb that he's referencing, if y'all missed the video, during his press conference, he literally said, he told ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of my city. Get the fuck out of Minnesota. We do not want you here. But also, bruh, the way we be talking about like invasions of countries and the things that happen, are we really leaning onto semantics about people getting mad about a goddamn F-bomb?
That's one of this administration's calling card. Is the
Bruh.
semantics.
The
Is
semantics.
they value semantics over logic, like, and I have a I don't want to say I respect it, but they're on code with that
It's
shit.
effective.
Oh, yeah,
It's
very-
effective. It's
yeah,
a study.
yeah.
Like, how did they even pick these niggas? Like, they have one big gathering somewhere in a hellhole somewhere. Like, yo, we gonna put you over here, and that's what we got to do. Why we have to be on code, but we are arguing with each other about what we see.
Yeah.
We don't need too much
Yeah,
explaining about it. We saw
We know what it is.
But they fall in line so easy. Because like
Yes.
to your point, A King, and to what Mandii was saying, like the Somali fraud thing, they first started investigating that in 2022.
Back in the
And
pandemic.
yeah,
right
and
after
then
the
it's just
pandemic.
like it's like the right just all coordinated last month and decided like, oh, we're gonna put it all in unison. We're gonna all point to this, and they use that messaging as their justification, and then say, oh, we're gonna send more ICE agents out.
I mean, within minutes of this news report breaking, they're on TV and on social media calling this lady a domestic terrorist.
Bruh.
Yeah.
A domestic terrorist. Like, really? That's what we do? That's what we doing? Like, all right.
I mean, I found it to be interesting because what we saw happen here, right, is kind of the divide within the country. We have, of course, the empathy even coming from our people, the fact that she is a woman and mother of three,
Right.
that apparently was not actually a part of anything here, was trying to get out the way. It shows her in the video letting other cars go by, like she wasn't trying to be a part of the chaos. But also the fact that she's white. Now, we've seen protests happen with Black Lives Matter, with George Floyd, with something else happened in Minnesota. Isn't that where the white boy went in the crowd?
Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse.
That was
that
that
was up in that area.
That was Wisconsin.
Wisconsin,
But yeah, not
Wisconsin.
Florida. That was
Not
Oh,
far
he
from
tweeted
it.
something crazy. Oh,
Wait.
Yeah, he said he said something about damn, I wish I had known we were gonna talk about him. He said something along the lines of heading over to the state border. Should he participate?
No,
Like,
he
tweeted-
didn't. No, that was AI. That was AI. No.
Oh,
Kyle
no,
Rittenhouse
he's
did not tweet.
emboldened.
Oh, wow. But I wanted, while you looked it up, because I would like to know what he said, I think it's been interesting now seeing that ICE has shot someone white. And so kind of just what that looks like in terms of the empathy throughout the country. Also, the faces in these protests.
Yeah, I mean listen, it's Minneapolis, right? So yes,
Right.
it's a very white protest. It's a lot of white people there.
But even there's been protests nationwide.
Nationwide, yeah, all over the place.
All
and,
over the place.
Right, and there are white people now who are outraged, and it's kind of part of what I was ranting about in my ignorant thought. Is like now, it's one thing when they were out marching for George Floyd,
A black man.
and it's like, okay, some of y'all, I believe that some of y'all are like good-meaning, well-meaning people. Some of y'all are probably trying to assuage some of the white guilt, and you feel like this is fucked up. Let me go do this. But now this white mother has been shot dead in the face, and they seem to understand now, like, when black people are telling y'all, when brown people are telling y'all that it's fucked up out here, like, yeah, it's fucked up out here for us. They're doing shit to us. But the overarching theme is that the government doesn't give a fuck about none of us.
None.
And so when it's time to do something to something, like, they're going to do it to you too.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I felt like the way that people are being told to respond to this, right, is very similar to the nasty, very nasty tweet from our president right after following the death of the murder of the director.
Oh, Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
well, he was against Trump and everything I stood for, so that's why.
That's why. You deserve that.
You deserve that. And that's kind of what I'm seeing being pushed as how we should follow this. Well, she was against ICE, and ICE is the right
How
way.
dare she stand in front of a law enforcement officer? Stephen A. Smith was on that.
Which is the Civil War I'm talking about. At this point, and I don't know if y'all saw the video. I don't know if I dropped it in the group chat, but there was an ICE vehicle recently just set on fire in Minnesota. And so you literally have civilians versus law enforcement right now. And of course, it's ICE. It's not the police, but we just saw that happen.
Who are also pushing back against ICE.
And so we have a fight of power, essentially, with the people who are supposed to protect us in this country going now against the people.
And some context to that, Mandii. Minnesota is a sanctuary city, and so because it's a sanctuary city, they have different rules and regulations. And so that's why you saw that woman doing that, because they organize. So then people show up in the streets, and they either make noise or they send alerts.
There's a whistle, I believe, that they blow.
A whistle they do when ICE is in the
block.
community. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow, yeah, and I do want y'all to really just see what's happening. I also just ran across a video where an Uber Eats driver DoorDash driver, ICE pulled up while a woman was delivering DoorDash, and she ran into the house to stay from getting taken by ICE. Apparently, they took the husband out of the car, but this is literally a DoorDash driver.
Did you see the Uber driver?
The
Somali Uber driver. When in certain cities they have like their lot or wherever all
yes, where they park.
They one of the dudes, he had time though. He was like, I'm not showing you my ID. He's like, you got an accent. You don't seem like you're from. He's like, yeah. He's like,
oh yeah.
Yo, he was sharp.
You got an accent. You don't. Yo, ain't no way you from.
They didn't take him.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm in Atlanta. This accent don't sound like nowhere else.
Right. So what the fuck? So what the fuck does that even mean? Like, what are you even saying, my nigga?
Said, what's your name? He said, that's a silly name. Like who? Yeah, he was going.
The cops said all this.
No.
This is the ICE agent. Oh, the guy.
And they left him alone after like 25 minutes.
Oh wow.
But it was the fact that they liked the interaction. But I got the tweet that it was actually 2 tweets from Kyle Rittenhouse. He said, FAFO, don't try and
fuck around and find out.
Right. Don't try and hit an ICE agent with your vehicle and you won't end up in the forever box.
Oh.
It's pretty simple. Then he followed up and he said, after thinking about it, should I travel across the state line to Minnesota?
This is disgusting. The fact that he's even free.
Like, yeah, like you think
the fact that he's
cute.
Even that's not cute.
Like, yeah, you think this shit is cute. Like,
and he got a body.
I want him to, I don't know. He got a body.
He got a body.
I'm wondering if, I don't know what, him talking like that, he can't be in the same place as Zimmerman right now. Zimmerman came out and said he can't get a job. He's homeless. He's broke. I think he has to go fund me out. I need Rittenhouse to be in the same.
They gave him
well,
lots
what
of
happened
money.
was they after he got the case was in his favor. He was at college football games in the box suites.
Yeah.
He was they
treated him like VIP.
He spoke
pretty much.
I think Turning Point probably was
he
was doing some stuff with them as well. I mean,
for sure.
This is part of their playbook, man.
Well,
now, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, I don't know if you're about to go on to this, but like, it's crazy that this shooting happened in Minnesota. It was right down the street from where George Floyd got murdered, but it happens the same week of January 6th.
Yes.
And
And
they're looking for reparations.
And the way they treated, the way the right talked about this lady versus how they talk about Ashley Babbitt is crazy.
Ooh.
Like, everything that they said
draw those differences, because they're not similar, but they were 2 white women.
Right. So you're talking about 2 white women. Now, Ashley Babbitt is treated like on the
and Ashley, set up. Ashley Babbitt everybody saw the image. She was the woman who was trying to sneak through the window.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
She invaded the Capitol. She was outside the doors of the House chambers.
Yep.
And was shot dead by a U.S. Capitol police officer. Right. And they treat her like she's a martyr to them. Like, just that week, the leader of the Proud Boys was organizing a march on behalf of her, and all of the people who were arrested, all the defendants of January 6th who ultimately got pardoned by Trump, to march on her behalf as if she's the hero, right? This is a woman who was breaking into the Capitol. On the other side of it, we have Renee Nicole Good, who was, I guess an ICE whistleblower, but ultimately was trying to get out of the fray of what was getting ready to go on. And she gets shot immediately. She's a domestic terrorist. And the way the Republicans and I guess conservatives are looking at this thing, the difference in how they're both being portrayed is pretty incredible. And they want us to believe, like, they actually want us to believe that.
No, they do.
Like, we saw Ashley Babbitt in the Capitol, and they want us to believe that she was just exercising her First Amendment rights. and you see this lady, trespassing in the Capitol, like breaking shit and killing police officers and all this wild shit. And they want us to believe also that this woman, Renee Nicole Good, was trying to run over a police officer.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the day, when we talk about the day, like with January 6th, I'm glad you brought that up. Like the White House published a new website on January 6th. And they're basically rewriting the story. And they're all calling them, freedom fighters. So it's not just like Fox News or like people on Twitter. Like now, like the White House is publishing the story from the official White House's website, and praising like Ashley Babbitt is a martyr. All these people as freedom fighters. They've all been pardoned. You know what I mean? And so
I'm not gonna lie. A part of me is grateful for the way in which we consume media and have voices now, because those history books 20, 30 years from now are going to be completely wrong. Yeah. They're going to be completely made up. And again, coming from Florida education, we already know they're taking away critical race theory. We already see the lack of Black history we were actually taught with everything that I've been able to learn as an adult. Like the way this administration is going to get in, and literally we've seen him remove things from museums. We've seen him say that things aren't right. We've seen him literally make up what is actually happening. And so I just hope that people continue to not only just be fed the bullshit that they're given, but really take a deep dive, and not just the YouTube conspiracy theorists, but really deep dive and look into many different resources to gather information and to come up with your own opinion.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to ask Mandii a question.
I just want to add one thing. But we should not be surprised, because they told us that they were going to create contingencies in case these scenarios happen. Right. Ooh. They told us this leading into the elections, right? Yeah, they did. They said we're going to give the police or their authorities immunity. Yeah, we didn't know what it looked like. Right. We had an idea. Now we see what it looks like.
Now we see exactly what it looks like.
Not only do they have immunity quietly, they changed. We're watching the shit. Like, we can see forensic. We don't need nobody to do no forensic studies. Nope. We are forensic studiers ourselves. We can see the shit. We got AI angle, this angle, trajectory angle. We got drone angle, every angle. But they still telling on code that this is not what happened, and she tried to run. Yeah,
don't believe me. Don't believe your lying eyes. Believe me.
But what I say, they've been giving us the playbook already. So it for us,
Project 2025. We had it.
But we got to get back to historically. We got to get back to community. Yeah, trusting each other, right, and figuring out ways to be safe. Yeah, and ride the wave.
I agree. Jayson, you had a question before we get to the next topic?
I was going to say a point to him, then I want to ask you a question, man. Historically, like when you see like militias in the way that police would basically deputize militias, that's what's happening with ICE, right? Pretty much. If you think about like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Greenwood and Black Wall Street, like when that massacre happened, it was because police weren't big enough, and so they deputized basically random militias to help. That's basically what you're seeing with ICE.
You hate niggers, roll with us.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening with ICE.
I don't even know if we got to talk about it.
And we're paying for it.
Last month,
we're footing the bill.
The last living survivor from the Tulsa. Passed away. And they have been fighting. I got to go to Tulsa a couple of years ago for Black Digital Media. It was a conference weekend, and I got to tour Tulsa and what Black Wall Street used to be, and learn the history of it. And it's really crazy that they never got their reparations or justice.
There's an excellent book by this brother named Victor Lucerin. It's called Built from the Fire. It's
from the Fire.
600-page book, and it has the whole history of like Tulsa.
If you haven't been aware of it, I know a lot of, especially living in Georgia, I know we've heard of Lake Lanier and everything that happened there. But
Oscarville.
Yeah, but if you guys really want to read into something that's historical, that they have tried to take away from the books that they actually, I don't think, really taught us much about.
Not at all.
I think it's definitely deep rooted into Oklahoma history, but y'all have to read about the Tulsa Black Wall Street if you haven't.
I think we got to start documenting shit ourselves.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think a part of what we're doing with this podcast is that. Like, this ain't going nowhere, baby. But let's get into the next topic. Again, we're getting real politicky. Politicky because it's icky out here.
Oh, it's about to get turned up. 2026 midterms coming too.
Oh man.
Okay,
belt to ass.
Let's get into, oh my God. You know what? Journalist Jayson, do you want to introduce Jasmine Crockett and what we've been seeing from the country and overall things, and how we want to tackle Jasmine Crockett running for Senate? A Senate seat in Texas.
Yeah, so the backstory basically, so she's a popular member of Congress.
Yes, she
and
is.
a lot of people have seen her because in committee meetings, she lights people up, right?
Can
Really
do.
sharp mind and lights people up. But now she's running for Senate, and some people are criticizing her over her ambitions about it, but her hand has really been forced. So y'all saw in the news a few months ago, Trump was tweeting or on his Truth Social saying, he wants to redraw the map in Texas.
Right.
Yep.
And
Gerrymandering.
So basically when he redrew the map in Texas, that it's redrawing out Jasmine Crockett, essentially. And so there's
her
three
black voters have been pushed somewhere else.
And by pushing somewhere else, she was in a district that when Harris and Trump ran for president, Harris won that district by 24 points. The way that they drew it, Trump would have won it by 18 points. So
that's how big of a shift it is.
Crazy.
That's definitely the shift. And so what's happening now is that there's basically 3 congressmen and only 2 seats now, or congresspersons. And so Mark Vesey, Julie Johnson, they're more senior than Jasmine Crockett. And so they're announcing that they're going to run, and Jasmine Crockett is basically deferring to their seniority, also probably using a little bit of her popularity, instead choosing to run for Senate. And so that's why she's running for Senate.
Mind you, I did bring up in the introduction to just the comparison with Kamala and Jasmine Crockett in terms of both of them being very well educated, very established, having gone through the things. And so it's funny that she's now running for the Senate seat after having a seat in Congress. We heard the conversations take place. Kamala has been in damn near every branch of the goddamn government. So it made sense for her to be running for that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people on the internet.
And also makes sense for Jasmine, too.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people on the internet now just being like, well, Jasmine, you could just sit and stay where you at, girl. Why do you want to keep rising the ranks? Just sit your black ass down and just shut up and dribble, or shut up and get your ass in the kitchen. Like as a woman, they don't really. Why did you say it like that?
And then make that sweet potato pie.
Oh, wow! Now you go into the soul
I
food.
found out something about that. It's patty pie too. We found out the truth
Not
behind
that pumpkin pie.
Wait. What's the truth about the patty pie? Okay, we gotta bring that up another time.
But it's weird to me that it's such she's already a congresswoman.
Yes.
I don't understand why her running for the Senate rubs people such the wrong way. She's
You know
already in
why?
power. But she's already in power.
No, but you know why, bro. Look at her.
Oh,
Well,
Hear her.
yeah. Well, that's the thing about it, right? Yeah.
And we should be on code and say, man, fuck all that noise. We support her. There should be no problem. And the folks who were voting red, that's feeling oppressed, they know what to do now too.
They should.
That's why I was like, yo, fuck all them lines. Y'all know what to do. It's simple.
Well, here's the thing about it. The interesting part about what Jayson was saying as far as the redistricting, so I've read a lot of things where the redistricting that they have done, not just in Texas, but in other states, that has been rejected. It was rejected in Indiana? Indiana rejected the redrawing of the lines. But
Republicans rejected it.
Republicans in Indiana rejected it. But in Texas specifically, the Latin population in Texas is pretty high in a lot of these places. So the idea that is being, the theory is that even though they redrew these lines thinking, okay, if we draw it like this, we'll get our people to vote for us. Right. The thing is, it's hard for them to separate out the Latino, the Hispanic population. So what might happen is,
well, they Republican anyway.
Well, but here's the
feeling
thing.
the brunt. They
are,
but also depends what type of Latino.
What type of Latino you talking about?
You're right.
Oh, you talking about the Euro Latino?
They are not a monolith.
I'm saying like Cubans compared to
We're talking about
Mexicans.
the Euro.
What's the mindset?
In Florida, that's a thing.
Yes.
In Texas, that's less of a thing because most of the Latin population are Mexican people from Central America.
It's different than Florida.
So what's going on with ICE and immigration and this woman getting shot and all this shit, it might play bad for them in the midterms where the votes they thought they were about to gain by adding more white people might end up turning on them because they were counting those Hispanic votes saying, oh, Trump in 2024 won 26% of these votes. So if we keep that 26%, then we're Gucci. But you're not, though, if those people siphon off and be like, oh, we're not fucking with y'all no more because y'all are killing us, y'all are deporting us, and y'all, the way Trump is going about this whole immigration thing, it could backfire on them.
Now, mind you, you have the gerrymandering that's taking place, but I want to get into as well, even though this is a state. This is a state election, a state vote.
It's about
Texas.
It's Texas state politics. The entire country is watching and also has
Something
played
to say.
The entire world.
And not only have they had something to say, we have to talk about the influence that when we get on these microphones, the influence that we have to people who are uneducated, to people who don't look at policy, for people who literally are just looking at color and gender. Now, I want to play this, and I'm really, really sad about this because I am a huge fan of Culturistas, Las Culturistas podcast. But I do want to play this clip and then follow up with what was had. But also, before we get into this, we're playing a clip from Las Culturistas podcast. We have had other people such as Don Lemon, Amanda Seals, Stephen A. Smith, as well as clearly us as podcasters pile in our thoughts. But go ahead and play that clip and make sure, yep, it's unmuted. Go ahead and play this clip.
Let me just qualify the Jasmine Crockett thing. She's not going to win a Senate seat in Texas, you guys. Like if Beto O'Rourke couldn't do it, like Jasmine Crockett is not going to do it. She is and it's it's nothing against her. It's just that she is a politician and that she is like, like very well defined already. And I think it's my opinion that we are going to need someone who is less defined at this moment that then rises up. Like I'm interested in this Tallarico guy from Texas.
Oh,
I bet you are.
I'm just interested in him. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I haven't seen him before. It would be hard for them to define him as anything other than what he is, which is like a rising Democratic politician from someplace like Texas, who is like, yes, speaking a little bit to the middle, but at least he's someone that like we can't define already.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that.
Wait, what?
I'm not mad at it.
I don't know.
You want to know why?
I'm
Define sound like I had a hard ER.
No, of course. But it's his fucking opinion.
Okay.
And we have the responsibility to rebut that shit.
Oh,
With our
yeah. Oh,
opinion.
yeah. 100%.
So that's why I said, look, we can't get to the whole thing about he feels right in how he feels.
Oh, he's definitely right. He's on
we
the right.
don't know what the community he represents, right?
Well, we know he's on the right.
I'm trolling. But what I'm saying is, it's up to us too, though.
But it's what
He's using his platform.
You know what's crazy though? For him to say this, and if again, go check out last week in terms of the Trump psyche, right?
Yeah.
In terms of him being a white gay man, at the end of the day, we have to remember he's still a white man. And
first.
so he's white man first, white gay man second. And so even though he's technically a part of an oppressed community, he's out here saying, but I don't, that black woman.
His lived experience.
And he is Matt Rogers.
Matt Rogers is who I'm talking about. I do also want to say, we talked about how Tiffany was ill-informed with her takes on the Native Land podcast a couple months ago in terms of her thoughts on Mark Lamont Hill and the Joe Budden pod. His co-host, Bowen, sat across from him, didn't know the other guy that he was even referencing, Tellerico, and was just like, but yeah, he's better than Jasmine
roll
too.
with that.
Yeah, let's roll with him.
So, like,
But defined was
mind you,
funny.
an Asian gay Canadian.
Yeah.
So there's a
shit.
million.
Ja, what did you hear when he said she's defined? What did
Oh,
that
that
sound
was-
like?
Give me what he said.
So to me, the translation of defined is we already know she's a loudmouth ghetto bitch.
Ooh.
So
Educated.
So let's find someone else. So there's a million layers to this, right? So there's the start. She's a black woman, obviously, and James Tallarico is not. He's not white, but I think he is white passing. But I believe he might be of Hispanic descent.
Look that up.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where James Tallarico is from, but there's like this dynamic of,
man, this is a white man.
he might be a white. He
Bro,
might
look
be,
at that.
He's adopted. I think he.
I mean,
I think he's that pure white.
he might. Okay, so yeah, he might be
That Lindsay Lohan.
that puree, that manteiga.
It's giving
You know what I'm saying?
pure white.
So there's already that dynamic, but the idea of being defined is like, I think this is one of the problems that's going on right now, like inside the Democratic Party, inside the left wing of politics, is that because shit is so fucked up, there are people who want to just win by any means,
Yeah.
right? There's people like Ezra Klein who took a lot of heat because of his interview with Ta-Nehisi Coates, where basically he just sounds like a out of touch liberal, almost centrist. That's just like, hey, whatever we got to do to win, like we should be doing that to win. The other side of modern left wing thinking is that a more radical thing of not just giving in because we have to try to win. Let's really destroy this shit and let's put somebody up there who we consider to be more progressive.
My problem with that is when we talk about modern politicians getting into seats and of power, is we're talking about normally age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So normally it's an age thing. James Tellerico and Jasmine Crockett don't seem to be far off on age. And so normally
she's 44.
And how old is he? I know he's 8th generation Texan, so maybe he doesn't get more white than that.
Yeah, at that point, it's all filtered itself
But
out.
normally when we talk about modernizing our
36.
Modernizing politics, it's taking away the old regime of the 70-plus-year-olds and bringing in someone younger,
club.
right?
Pushing
Both
left.
of these people are young boys club or
Right.
young girls club, if you
Right.
you know. And so, to me, I also want to bring up his. So Matt Rogers did release
He walked
an
it back a
apology.
little bit. Yeah.
No, did he?
He tried.
he
He tried.
did.
He
Okay,
tried. He tried to
I'm
walk
gonna
it
read
back
his
a little bit.
response.
Yeah, he tried it.
Hey everybody, because you know he got I hear the response and I am taking every bit of it to heart. I promise. Transparency and candor matter to me, especially on the podcast. I'm a very progressive person who cares deeply about winning these elections, but my phrasing was not right. Oh, it was right. I will be more thoughtful. I really do promise. I have great respect and admiration for Crockett, and I regret that my words suggested otherwise. I just want us to win, and I will be better at finding ways to help. Now, here's my thing. He posted this on his Instagram story, which we know disappears in 24 hours outside of all the blogs picking up. This actually comes from Variety. And his co-host, Bowen, actually decided to just repost it on his story.
I'm riding with him.
That it was literally that.
He said it.
He said it. What the white guy said.
This was given just a PR statement, and if you guys know me long time here, if you're going to be very loud with your disrespect and get on these microphones, you need to be just as loud with your apology, or it doesn't matter. Right. We don't give a fuck. You could have kept it.
Well, the other issue that I have with what what's the guy? What's his name? What's the white man's name?
Matt
Rogers.
Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang.
My other issue with him is that he's saying, like, I get it that Texas politics is complicated.
It is.
If you're a black woman, I get that you are kind of fighting an uphill battle for trying to galvanize people in such a red state that you need to you're trying to pull that together to make a winning campaign. But the fact of the matter is, you're comparing her to Beto O'Rourke, and you're saying, well, Beto O'Rourke wasn't defined. Beto O'Rourke came out and didn't make any, there was no guessing about what Beto O'Rourke was.
Yeah. He
said, we're coming to take your AR-15s and AK-47s. Gay people are going to be allowed to get married. This is what we're going to do. Like, he wasn't like, he was very defined.
Yeah.
It was just, this is what it is. So when you say that, like, what are you even talking about? Because he was not an enigma. We knew exactly what Beto O'Rourke was.
He ran for president.
He ran for president.
He failed run at president. And then he ran for governor of Texas.
And then ran for governor of Texas. Yeah. And so it's like, bro, we know who you are. And Beto fell short. It didn't happen. He had a lot of support, clearly, but it didn't come together. At some point, you still have to run people who are going to push the line. And that's what Jasmine Crockett is. Whether you like her or not, she's someone who can push the line in Texas. And if she can siphon off enough votes to, even if she doesn't win it, and make it close enough, like, that is helpful in the long run for people who might run later, who might run behind her, people who are running in local elections, who are trying to figure out, how do I, if I'm a Democrat, how do I get these people behind me?
It's also interesting because in being a fan of Las Culturistas and hearing Matt just be on that side, and also sitting with my family over the holidays and having to hear them defend their support of Trump, it's really interesting because I think what this time is doing more than anything is kind of what A. King just sat here and did, is being able to see people as human and allow them to have their opinion without completely abandoning them, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we could sit on this podcast, right, in support of Jasmine Crockett, imagine the listeners that maybe aren't, but that are going to listen to this podcast and still want to hear differences of opinions. To me, as a consumer or listener or supporter of Matt, it was really difficult to hear him align himself in thoughts that go against everything that I believe, and me still wanting to support him.
Right.
And I think that that's kind of the divide that's happening in the country right now, is that we can't align ourselves with just everyone that has the same thoughts, emotions, and opinions as we do, because that's not kind of what it's ever been. But
Yeah,
this
that's not
is
what it's
just
ever
so, what's the word when it's like, politics right now is becoming so, what happens when you take, y'all, I
Divisive?
might still be like
I was gonna say
5%
divisive,
high.
too.
There we go, divisive.
Actually,
Yeah.
what colors are you seeing right now?
I think, yeah, Mandy. I
Still in
think
the
I think
rainbow?
it's interesting.
Suck my dick to the back. First off, y'all know words be a thing with me, even when a bitch just be. But you know what's crazy? I only had my 1 cup of coffee, so I'm probably gonna have
You
to.
probably
need one
do
for
for
the
some.
sec-
Yeah, you probably
I
do
probably
for
do
some
for some
caffeine.
caffeine.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mandy, I
But
was gonna say,
yes,
like,
divisive
like
motherfuckers.
what Ja was saying was interesting, right? Like, if you get, you know, it's like the what he was referring to with Ezra Klein, right? You get a
Yes.
candidate who's just gonna win at all costs, right? They're gonna win. They're
Or
a
they're
good
gonna try to
candidate,
bring
they're
in-
profile to win, right?
Yes,
Versus
right.
the idea of like somebody who's gonna tear it down, right? And the thing is like with Jasmine Crockett, she's interesting because. A King was referring to it. We should all support her. She's a star, right?
She is.
And politics is about engagement and getting people to come out and vote, right? And so she's a star. So by that means
Unfortunately, you got to be
she's
a
a good
celebrity
candidate.
around here.
Right.
Right, like so,
Yeah.
but that means she's a good candidate. But she's not radical. Like she's not AOC. She's
Not at all.
No,
Mondani.
she's
like
not at all.
she's kind of a centrist. But in Texas, that almost makes you radical.
Yeah.
right?
For
And
sure.
Oh no.
It's
For
it's
Texas
interesting though. It's
politics, for
interesting
sure.
the way that like there's this like you know the divisiveness just amongst the left where it's like you know it's almost like a purity test and it's like what do you want for her? She's a star. She was put in a situation where her seat was removed. So do you expect her just to go into private life? Like you know she's a good candidate and so for Matt Rogers to say like well she's defined like to me that was like. That's a lot of baggage in what he was trying to say, and I think
Matt
that's the
Rogers
part
saying that was
he
like
didn't-
she done went far enough in her career. She good.
yeah, and I think that's the part that
Which
he's
is the
not
bullshit.
getting held
Yeah.
accountable
no.
enough,
You know what's
right? Like,
interesting?
and he's
Oh
trying to make it like he
no.
misspoke.
The internet, no. The internet is the internet is dragging that man for filth.
But
I've
dra-
never
it's-
seen
but
so
it's
many
dragging
green screens.
enough. Yeah, I feel like dragging's not enough for what he was really trying to say.
But how do you hold someone in this case, right? As podcasters with opinions, how do you drag or hold someone really accountable for saying something that honestly just doesn't align with our beliefs?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
go ahead, John.
Ultimately, I don't know that we can. I mean, like his the little statement he put out, he'll say, you know, I'm taking everyone's feedback, whatever. Ultimately, we'll never know because like
You're right.
we're gonna.
Oh no!
people
By
are gonna-
next week, no one's gonna care.
Yeah, people are gonna drag it.
why
People are gonna
people
say
don't
what
have
they're gonna say, and then it's on him in his actual real life to look into it, examine himself, and figure out what it was that went wrong or what he might have been ignorant to, why he might have said something, what might have given people that reaction. Not everybody's willing to do that level of self-awareness. And ultimately, I'm not really invested in whether or not he does or not. He just hopefully learned his lesson and you know it is what it is. But the thing that's beyond the Matt Rogers of it all, the other people who have critiqued Jasmine Crockett, Amanda Seales, let's say, like Amanda's thing is that she's on the Israel-Palestine tip with Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
She's
But
not
Jasmine Crockett has come out and said like
Yeah.
that because basically Amanda Seales believes that she's pro-Israel.
Israel.
And she said that that's not what I said.
And right, and she said that's not what she said. But on top of all of that, which
I told y'all
I
Amanda
understand
Amanda
that.
tricky. Amanda a
Oh
tricky
yeah,
one.
yeah. And
That's a tricky bitch right there.
We add so many layers
Bruh.
to fight through for no reason.
I
That's why
know. I know. Our own
like-
people.
like-
We
Well,
had the
well,
layers.
Like even Matt, like yo,
Go
is
ahead,
he-
go ahead,
He's,
A-King,
he's,
yeah.
he's leaning on his. He's telling you who he's gonna vote, no matter the apology. There's no
Yep.
apology. I don't even think he should have had an apology. He told us how he feels about.
He
the only
said he
thing
don't want
that
Jasmine to
I find
get no money.
egregious was that he said, "Oh, don't give her money."
Don't give
That's
her money.
crazy.
Yeah.
Me, I would have been like, "Hey, let's put as a community, let's look at what their platform is." Right, and see who the better
if he
outcome
likes
for
Tallarico,
that party,
right.
And we go there. That should have been a more unified conversation. That's very divisive, but
It
that's
is.
his opinion.
It is.
I say yo, salute to your opinion, but what are we gonna do about that?
And so
What are
when
we-
you
do-
so
are we
when
gonna
you
stay
have the
stuck in
Amanda
that
Seals,
shit?
hold on, we have the Amanda Seals.
Now that's
Don
a different.
Lemon,
Well, that's a whole.
Yeah.
See,
look, no, not the side.
But-
He sighed.
you know how
He didn't know
how-
what to say. Jason's
You ever
laughing.
watch?
He
You
didn't
ever
know what
watch
to say.
Gil Noble? Back videos of Gil Noble shows back in the day. Or
Oh no,
we-
sorry, I was 2.
No, so
Yeah,
so
I
my
was
mom,
three.
my mom and dad was
I was just
they
out
would
the
watch
womb.
that stuff, and
She was a
later
sperm.
on,
My placenta was still being
I
wiped
mean,
off.
as a kid, I didn't know what that. I just remember the visuals as a kid, but as I got old, I said, "Oh, you go back because that stuff is still there, right?" And you go back to like when you see Malcolm talking at Oxford, and I look at the emotional intelligence of these great. That's how we gotta be. You gotta debate and respond to these people with logic and facts,
And facts,
no
yeah.
emotion. Once we start doing that emotional shit, they got him.
Yep,
Got him, and they
got
attack
him.
that shit. And they use the radical, like you said, the radical. There's nothing wrong with what's the definition of radical?
From their opinion, from their standpoint,
Boom.
everything that's radical is whatever they're not with.
What we don't want.
Relating to
Yeah.
or affecting the fundamental nature of something. Everybody's a fucking radical at that point.
That's-
I think we got to spend less time with the emotional outrage of what these people are saying because they're telling us how they're going to vote
Literally.
or how they're going to try to influence their audience.
Their audience,
And that's
right.
fine. That is fine. But we have to do the same.
Hey,
Not-
King
not
said
wrong
don't.
about that.
Hey,
Ain't
King
nothing
said
wrong
don't
about
just
that.
read a book. Talk to the lady. You need emotional
Yo, you
intelligence.
know how they say,
not just book
you know how they took.
Talk to the lady.
Here's a bar right here. You know how they say they be talking about giving Bible quotes and shit. Yo, they be going by the Bible, not in the Bible.
Ooh, that was real. Where your Koofy at?
Drop that thing right
My
now.
brother.
That thing on his
And I say this while all the pastors of Black America is just getting cooked right now because
They
they're
are
just
getting
doing the wildest
cooked.
shit.
King,
Oh,
what's
we'll
today's
get into that
mathematics?
Yo, God cipher divine. I don't know. Don't nobody come for me either. I'm just.
I'm not playing with you.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I want to get into.
Would you debate?
Would I
think
debate
we gotta
who?
have a podcast roundtable, just like
Oh, I
have the
would love to.
debates.
I would love
I
to.
think we should. That's how you have. It's cool to have conversation through discourse because we have
Exchange
an
of thoughts.
understanding. Yeah.
Oh
I think
yeah,
we should
hey,
do
hey,
that.
I'm flying in Dean Withers. Okay,
Yo,
I'm bringing that
Adam
white boy
Mockler,
in.
salute, yo,
I'm
yo,
This nigga
what?
go
bringing that
up.
white boy down.
Yo, listen.
Okay, now I do. Speaking of white boys and black women, let's get into celebrities say and do the darnest things with Doechii versus Aiden Ross versus the internet. Let's introduce this and A King. I know we have a classmate, a lovely friend over here that I wish was on the East Coast that joined us previously. That'll be joining us in a little bit, but I want us to kind of deep dive and give everybody our thoughts on where we stand. And wait, you just calling him out the gate?
I'm like, yo, nigga, answer your shit because I send it. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
So remember earlier when I was talking about we need ice cold?
Ice cold?
Like Aiden Ross is one
Yo,
of the
I'm-
people that we need
Can we
ice
merch
cold.
that? We got
Yeah,
ice cold.
yeah.
I think we should.
Ice cold.
We need ice cold to come snatch Aiden Ross off the streets. He'd be one of the first ones to get snatched off the streets.
Okay, do you want to summarize for everybody what's actually happening with Aiden and all the things, and Doechii specifically? And mind you, this does date back, y'all. This has, unfortunately, in 2026, we are still bringing in this goddamn Drake and Kendrick beef somehow.
It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I told you that. I
Yeah.
told you it's not going nowhere.
Fuck.
You want to run it
Not
down,
going
Jay?
You want to run it down, Jason?
It's just weird to explain. Like
Yeah, it is.
he
It is
just-
weird to explain.
He
though.
he just has like a fucking hard on about her, man. Like
Oh.
you know, he so his allegations, he calls her an industry plant, bitch, whore. Some of it comes from like when she got a Grammy nomination. Some of it comes like anytime it seems like people cheer for her. It's
And
just
this
weird.
was recently brought back up because of she dropped a
Yeah.
single,
where
Girl,
she fired
Girl
back
Get
at
Up,
him.
where she
With SZA.
fired at him with SZA, which
Well,
which I really
she
like.
didn't fire at him.
She
She
didn't.
Not at him, right.
addressed the
she
industry.
didn't say Aiden Ross, or
Right.
she didn't say streamer.
Right.
She talked to the internet, but of course, Aiden took this as a shot to him
Yes.
personally.
Because why?
Ooh, because why?
Because
Hey, King?
because of his hard on for
Ooh.
Aubrey.
Ooh,
Oh, then there's that.
That is
Because
that
it is
is the
that.
Then there's
foundation
that.
of why we here, y'all.
Right.
it is.
Like,
It's
I don't
OVO
know,
versus TDE.
Like we
Yeah.
have to just get that clear, right?
Mandy, you want to hear the clip? Because
Yeah,
for people
yeah.
who don't follow him, like it's
Yeah,
wild.
but
Have you seen
mind
it?
you, I feel like
How
we have a
he-
very
he-
mature audience.
Have you seen it?
I
Yeah,
doubt,
son.
I doubt
Yo,
that they even tune
that
into
kid-
Aiden Ross. But
man.
go ahead and play it.
He's out of control.
That kid is something else.
Everyone, oh, Doechii rant? Oh, dude, don't get me started on that bitch. Hey, don't get me started on that bitch. Don't get me started on that industry plant. Don't get me started. You guys can say shit whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plant. I've been screaming for.
You're not even in the culture. You're not. You're nothing.
Like, pissed me off. Huh? What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit she is, bro. She deserves, bro. I'm not joking, bro. Stop listening to her music. Cardi and Abel. Why would you give her a feature on a remix? You shouldn't have cleared it. She's just the worst. She's a piece of shit. She stole someone that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible. Jake Future, what's up, my dog?
What's up, my dog?
What's up, my dog?
Snatch him off the street. Put a bag over his head. Gringo Guantanamo for you.
Gringo Guantanamo for Aiden Ross. No, I'm not gonna lie. It's weird.
He sounds wild. He sounds nuts.
It's weird, but also
you have to hear the other shit he say.
Wait,
like, he's a wild dude.
Now
he is a wild dude.
Now he's had a lot to say about her, but it's weird because a lot of the men on mics have had a lot to say about Doechii. In the strangest of ways, like the industry.
What women deals with these dudes? That's what I'm curious about. What do the women?
I'm not gonna hold you. You talking to the wrong bitch. I am an equal opportunist. There be bitches out here ready to fucking suck anything at this point. Like these men, these are still men of power. These are men of stature. These are men of notoriety. A woman is on her knees begging to suck Aiden Ross's dick.
It always be haters. That's the way it is.
That's
hater niggas marry hater bitches and have hater kids. That's like
it's a thing. So yes, I think it's disgusting. But the way I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, no woman is looking at Aiden Ross. There's women knocking down his door. Same with academics, knocking down the basement door. They are ready.
Loser hoes. Loser hoes. You are a loser hoe.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's the same way women are on inmate.com looking and ready.
Inmate.com.
They are on inmate.com looking for the criminals.
That's an actual thing?
No.
Inmate.com?
Inmate.com. If you, Jason, you can pull it up and.
I don't want to mess up my algorithm.
Oh my god!
that shit will infect my.
So you ready? Inmate.com is a classified site. Prison inmates seeking pen pals. Oh so while society at large has social media to thank for new friendships, relationships, insights, and perspectives, prison inmates are doomed to total social exclusion, not only physical but psychological as well. Friendship, community, and sense of belonging is what human beings crave for, and prisoners should not be deprived of that. So this is a site where women, specifically, normally, go on and can find pen pals. They have photos, images.
Holy
This is a
shit.
thing. Mind you, you're able to see their charge when they'll come out.
But wait, when you see their charge, is this like a site that they...
Yep, look.
Is the profile them writing it themselves?
Yeah, look. After you read this is for someone, his name is Blake. That's all I'll say real quick. It puts their personal information. So he is a male, African-American, date of birth 1486, just celebrated a birthday, height 6'2".
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, inmate.
Also in this profile, he is convicted of armed robbery, length of sentence 50 years, incarceration date 1/5/2004, current release date 2048. Brief and quick. He says, after read this, I hope you decide to go with your instincts and take a chance to experience something new and different. I ask you to take the initiative to become acquainted with me. This you will not regret.
He said, choose love. Choose love.
Follow your instincts to date a criminal is crazy. No, like if your instinct is to date this nigga, your instincts is
And so to me, when you ask, oh my God, who?
And I seen the reality show. What's the reality show they got?
Oh, where they wait for them to come home.
Yeah.
Life After Lockdown.
Life After Lockdown.
I saw a little clip. I was like, wait a minute. So I then went down another rabbit hole. I'm like, yo, this is the actual.
I mean, look at the women that are literally on 40-day fiance or 50, whatever the number is. What is that shit? 50-day, 90-day. Look at me, goddamn, 90-day. Look, gotta cut that shit in half. Damn. But 90-day fiance, where they're literally just helping these people get green cards.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't sound right. But this is the age we're in with the streaming, right? There's no checks and balances. So what we have to do for us is either call the shit out or not. You know. Yeah. But this has been going on for a while now because some people enable Aiden to do what he does.
Black people. This black like his homie, his right hand man.
And when he said, there's another clip where he's with his homeboy and he's not even checking him.
Let me tell you
about
the
homie not gonna check the nigga with the money.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. And that same homeboy, I used to, in the peak of the Drake Kendrick battle, I watched the reaction videos when the songs were when Euphoria and 616 was coming out, and they all did the reaction. Even the Drake, the people who were siding with Drake, he was part of the collective that. He was part of a collective, but he was the one that was like, Kendrick dropped, not like us, all the records. He was like, no. So it's so funny that I see him with Aiden now. And it was, but again, he's a youngin'. I don't know what his background is, who his uncles, and who, if he has any
positive role models in his life.
But for him to sit there and just this guy, I think he did say, yo, chill out a little bit, whatever. But it wasn't. That's not his bag. You could tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cuff him. I think his name is Cuff him.
Cuff him. That's his name.
But you know what?
Cuff
For
him.
us, though, we have an opportunity to course correct. Like, yo, little homie, when we see him, like, yo, listen, it's all good. Like, we know you're getting your money or whatever, but...
To the friend, not
like,
to Aiden.
Yeah, to Cuff him.
Yeah.
What's your trajectory here? What are you trying to do long term? This might not end well for you in 5 years.
Right.
Somebody might revert back to this, and, that may stop you from an opportunity,
I mean, ultimately...
Over a girl you don't know.
But that's the whole thing of it. Is like there's a certain element of this that's like wrestling, right? That's like kayfabe. Like Aiden Ross is. I don't know if he believes that shit or not. It really doesn't matter to me. The way you're talking is like you want a problem, and like that's exactly what you were getting ready to get. Like I don't know if it's fully squashed now. It seems like we're kind of on the other side of the peak of this thing. After
it's also just because Doechii hasn't really responded. Doechii also apparently didn't care about her single. We haven't heard her promote it. Once it dropped, it just dropped.
Yeah.
And kind of went away already, which sucks because it is a good record. The visuals were beautiful. Yeah. But I hate that it's Doechii only. Like there's so many other members in TDE. He also has nothing to say about SZA, so it's confusing me as to also why it's just Doechii.
Yeah.
Because part of it's like Josh said, it's wrestling.
It's easy.
Like streaming is big wrestling.
But who did Kendrick co-sign in the height of the battle with the magazine cover and said that she's next up? Right.
Okay.
It goes back to the origin of this whole conversation.
Now we did have a friend of ours who's become a part of 10 minutes. That's cool. Because we can tell our thoughts. I know we have a clip from the Joe Budden podcast. Is there any other layers of this that we want to get into before we're joined with our friend?
When and I guess we could talk about it when he gets on. But I did see Aiden make a phone call. When all of this was happening. And he called somebody to be like, yo, help.
You talking to Ack? You talking about Ack?
No, I'm talking about Aiden. Aiden called Whack 100.
Why? Wait. Why is Whack being called?
So I'm gonna tell you.
I know TDE is a West Coast label.
Well, what happened was when Glasses spoke out against, in defense of Doechii, Aiden wasn't familiar. He just went by his @ name. So when he called Whack was like, oh, that's Glasses Malone. And he's like, oh. Duh. And then he said, yo, that's family. Like, what you calling me about him, And then he kind of fell back a little bit because he was talking crazy about Glasses. I think he didn't know. And then Whack had to tell him, like, yo, no, that's the homie. You got to relax. But it still wasn't enough.
Can I throw out a hypothetical for this real quick?
But then Glasses responded to that. He said, I don't give a fuck who you call.
Yeah.
That's not stop. You could call Whack. That ain't going to stop me. And he could speak for that.
Glasses me is, I want to beat your ass.
But Glasses is also West Coast. I'm curious because if I draw a parallel here, it's interesting hearing now someone step up for the bullying of Doechii when it's still and remains very quiet for Meg Thee Stallion. And Meg Thee Stallion is the only other rapper that I think has had the industry as a whole with the male versus woman
really coming down on her.
Really coming down on her.
A lot of dudes, males, don't believe that they don't believe the story is how it was told. You hear the narrative, Tory didn't shoot her. Even more. It's even more louder.
Aiden's one of those. She won't show her foot. Show us your bullet wound. You won't show your foot. Why won't you show us your foot?
Well.
So I think that's what you're seeing from a rapper perspective because that's how they treat their women.
Ooh.
And y'all can say whatever y'all want. This is all facts because all these girls pillow talk.
Hold on, this is a bar.
They pillow talk to regular niggas, elite niggas, NBA niggas. So don't even fake outrage about that, bro.
Right.
So Aiden is acting like a rapper. The same way that rappers treat black women is how Aiden's treating Doechii.
And that's why he's enabled.
And that's why he's...
And that's why you see... And this is why I go back to my other ignorant take. This is... when Glasses speaks up... He said, he said, yo, I don't... He said, yo, I don't care about who Doechii is affiliated with, family or not. You don't get on your platform and speak about that. black woman.
Like that, right? Doesn't right?
Like
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Whereas I'm looking for the other niggas too. I'm like,
where? Oh, it's crickets
everywhere, every region. I'm looking around. I'm like, wow, that was fucked up for me. And if all these niggas, y'all got daughters, it's no way y'all so caught up in y'all ego, y'all can't even be like, yo, that wasn't cool. All you niggas got podcast platforms. Y'all can't be like, yo, that yo, side with whoever you want to side. It goes back to the beef.
Goes back to the beef.
Like if they talk about, like, I know you handle your shit. You talk crazy back to them if you got time.
Know.
You got time, but
I be having
there's
time.
still a boundary.
I will make time.
But there's still a boundary you never supposed to cross. These niggas come out of wombs too.
But I think the reality of it is though, King, I think we're asking too much of people.
No, it's 2026.
I get that. But the same way they hop on the internet and do the tweets about black women and fat women and this and that, even if they got a fat black mama, like the idea that like we still operate in this individualistic, compartmentalized space as human beings where as long as it ain't my sister, as long as it ain't my mama, as long as it ain't mine, I don't care that it's somebody else's. I don't care that that's somebody else's daughter, that that's somebody else's niece, that that's somebody else's partner.
Because they only see,
it ain't mine. They only see
their limit is rap.
Yep.
Not life, not humanity.
Not humanity.
Just life. I mean, rap. I'm just a rapper. That's it.
I'm talking about another rapper.
You know Marco Plus?
For sure. Yes.
Marco
okay,
Plus.
No. Do the backstory. I don't know Marco Plus.
Oh, Marco Plus.
I know Marco Polo.
Marco Plus is Marco Plus is a rapper from the South Side.
Yep. Okay.
Underground Atlanta rap. I don't know if underground is even the right word to call him, but he is a Atlanta rapper, up and coming Atlanta rapper. Yeah, but definitely buzzworthy, super talented, kind of in the ilk of JID, Earth Gang. Like that, we're talking about that kind of rap. He has an interlude on his album called "It's Always Funny When It's Not Your Hoe."
Ooh.
And that's essentially what we're talking about right now. Is that it's always funny when it's not your hoe. If it's not your people, then you'll kiki and laugh and whoop and whatever. And now, when it's on your doorstep, now you're gonna feel something different about it. And like people like Aiden Ross just haven't been properly checked. And the thing about it is, who knows when someone to get the opportunity to really check him. And maybe if he gets checked, he still doesn't care.
He's the male version of Yes Jules in our community. Ain't nobody checked him the same way nobody checked Yes Jules.
So here's the other part
there's certain people that get to infiltrate our culture and be a part of it.
And just be there.
That's
why we need Ice Cold.
What did Yes Jules do that with? Never mind. But look.
Like that Bron I had that a long time ago.
Period.
But the thing is about it's the platform, the respect of they believe Aiden Ross' platform is so valuable that they would rather.
That's the sick part about it. Right. That's the sick part. They think that shit is valuable.
Right.
Like, what is the value
he's going to be of need? I don't see that.
Mind you, what we saw though is platform is powerful until he goes against the fine print, and then Twitch takes that shit all the way down. We've seen that happen with a lot. We saw it happen with Fresh and Fit. We see these platforms are only as big really until the company says it is or isn't.
Now, there's a part of me that's like, yo, maybe they're not sitting down with the right people, not on some confrontational shit, but just like, yo, homie, let's go out, let's hang out real quick. Let me bring you up to speed.
What was the verdict of the WAC 100 call? What ended up?
Oh, nothing.
Coming from that?
Glasses said, yo, whatever. It's like, that's not gonna stop me from defending her.
Okay.
Like, you call him for, and that's the. Why does he feel like he can do that?
Well, also
that's the other part of it.
Well, what I'll say about with the whack thing is that, and I don't know how he didn't really make it clear how related the two things are, but because he was talking about the Aiden Ross situation, TMZ ran up on whack and they asked him about what was going on. And Wack was talking about like, oh, well, you know, Aiden is about to give $100,000 to some Los Angeles area charity, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, that's not what we're talking about. And,
that's part of the problem.
And beyond that, like, why are you doing PR for this nigga?
Donation.
Why are you doing PR?
Oh, no, it's the same thing with drug dealers handing out turkeys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Same shit.
No, 100%.
Same shit.
100%.
Like, Aiden is hurting the community, but as long as he does this, we're going to forget about
all the other shit you did, because the nigga gave out some turkeys and some dry ass stuffing. So the nigga gave out turkeys, and we're going to ignore that he's actually putting the drugs into this community. He might be the reason y'all are fucked up.
First place.
Might be
In
the
the
reason
first place,
y'all can't get a
y'all
turkey.
can't get a turkey. It's like you can't start a fire.
Because that crack pipe got his ass on the corner. No, sorry. Now I'm going too far. Now,
I'm just saying, like, I just don't understand the whole thing. All of it is crazy.
He's gonna call us industry plants when he sees them. Like, yo, they're industry plants.
Industry plants. Yeah.
It does look like we have our classmate on the line. But before we bring in Glasses, Jayson, you got a clip actually of Joe rooting for our good friend Glasses Malone in his support of Doechii. Do we want to play that before we bring him in?
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Hey, I'm rooting for Glasses Malone to get all the Crips together to beat up homeboy. I am sorry, because I think that's who she was talking to in the song.
Yeah, I didn't know at first.
He was talking a little fuckety fuck.
The more I looked into it, she was directly talking to him.
Oh, no shit.
Because he said some wild shit.
Yeah, he said a bunch of bullshit.
Really? Wild shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And then there was some back and forth after she put the song out. And I like Glasses Malone saying what he said, and hopefully he meant it. I do
just want to laugh at that just a little bit because Doechii probably was also talking to Joe Budden because he hopped quickly after.
She might have.
After, like, I think this is my theory.
Okay.
I think he had Doechii on the pod in release of an alligator bite heels or whatever, in hopes that was a favor to TDE so that he could get a Kendrick interview that he never got. And so as soon as that nigga never got the Kendrick interview, he started saying as well that Doechii was an industry plant.
I remember them having
and
that
so
conversation.
it's crazy that he's now like, yeah, Glasses, yeah, support Doechii. Get the Crips to beat up Aiden. But y'all, we do have Glasses Malone on here, and if you haven't yet, Glasses, you may not also know that your episode was my favorite of last year. I just totally misread you and misunderstood you and absolutely love you now. But you are leading the charge in men speaking up for women, and so we kind of want to talk to you about what made you feel the need to come forward and tell men to get their shit together.
I didn't really think I was talking about that. I saw how this white man was mistreating his sister to the fullest extent of disrespect online and told him he needed to get his shit together. I didn't like that at all.
So is it not, though, the fact that he's a part of our culture? So before you got on, we talked about how there's really nobody checking him. So you're just wanting him to get his shit together, but you don't feel that it's also a black man's role, or all of the black men that have microphones right now, to come in and kind of step in, support, or check Aiden specifically? Like, Aiden just ain't gonna get it right together. Who's supposed to check him? It's supposed to be us, right? White men ain't gonna get on their microphones and tell him to stop disrespecting Doechii.
They aren't.
They're not. It's not gonna happen.
I took on the task myself. I really wasn't worried about what nobody else said. I mean, I think women are letting me know that it bothers them that they feel like most people are not. But for me personally, I had made it my business to make sure he was going to apologize to her. And I really wasn't worried about who else did what. That's not something that really crossed my mind.
Now, hey, King, I want to ask you only because we talked about allowing people to have their opinions on microphones, and I don't want us to be hypocrites here. Now, you said, and Joe said, I can't wait for Glasses to get the Crips and pull up on Aiden, but we also want to keep things just on the microphones, right? We don't want this to be the East Coast, West Coast thing that we talked about. We don't want to create race wars on these goddamn microphones either, but we do want to allow people to still have their opinions like we get to have our opinions. So I want to kind of ask you your thoughts and kind of what really could be done in this sense then, if we also want to champion everyone having their voices heard on these microphones.
Well, the problem, I think, that the issue here, and not just with Aiden, but just with a lot of streamers, is that they're sitting there in foxhole and they just talk, but they don't go outside in the community where they can have discourse physically. I don't mean getting, physical discourse. I'm just saying, like, having a conversation.
Physical discourse is amazing.
Physical discourse?
But it's subjective, right? But physical discourse is subjective.
Discourse is
because depending on how you respond to verbiage can lead to, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to talk that way if he was around gentlemen who are about, having discourse.
Right.
The conversation, the tone is going to be different. There's going to be that's why I go back to the origin of this. I said that I don't believe there's no humanity in these conversations because it all goes back to the line in the sand between whether you support Drake or Kendrick. That is the foundation of this conversation, how we get here. And that's also why I said in 2026, that conversation is not going to die. Because that thing is not going to be over because it's bigger than the battle. It's bigger than
I
the
didn't
rap
even
battle.
know them two dudes were connected. You know, I'm just finding this out over the last 48 to 72 hours. Don't get me wrong, I think I saw a lawsuit or something, but I didn't draw like that they're connected versus maybe they do business or, you know, come across somebody. But I'm just starting to learn that, which goes into the same goddamn thing of, okay, he's a black man and you sitting right here watching this white man just overtly disrespect this lady. It has nothing to do with her talent. We're not talking about what you think of her standing in the industry, her ability to make records or rap. Straight out calling her 100 bitches, 100 whores. I don't care about none of that black shit. She's sucking dick. And it starts to be much, much past. It's so far past whatever it started. It's very odd that these two things are connected. Like, I have no idea how these two things got connected, but this is just further proof that he is not hip hop. He does not see it this way. Because that should be the main person. Your boy should be the main person checking you on this matter. Again, if we're talking about Mandii, his opinion of her on the industry, cool. I don't care if he has the worst take on her talent, abilities, whatever in the world. That's cool. But all them bitches, whores, sluts, and I don't care about this black shit and sucking dick and just like like publicly executing her in front of all of us verbally. How could you be okay with that if you are this?
What up, Glasses? This is Ja. I got a question for you. Like, ideally, what would you like to have seen happen if you got your way? If you were able to press him, press his homeboys, whatever it is, what is the best possible outcome of all of this for you personally?
Oh, I was going to go my way. That's only my way.
Well, I don't think that's. I don't think that's in
whoa.
question at all. I don't think that's in question at all. But like,
my bad, John.
Nah,
John, in the perfect world, he would just apologize to her and show the people at this point now that I'm realizing he's this big streamer and has this big follower. Like, because I don't know these people. And I think that's a confusion. Like, I know who he is. This is a dude 25 years old. Like, he young enough for me to whoop with a belt. You know what I mean? He's a little dude. And it's like, you crash that mentality into our world. And it's like, hey, that might work in the gamer world where y'all playing the games and, you know, they hard ER and monkey and all that. That's normal in that gamer world where you just screaming behind that headset playing the video game. And then that gamer evolves into a streamer. And that streamer now, you know, he's playing the game and he's still screaming hard ERs and monkeys and it's all cute. And hey, bro, this now you're not behind the game anymore. You're not behind. There's a camera right here. We could see you. You're moving around. You don't have what everybody thinks you have. You know what I mean? And the truth is, yeah, I could see who you are. It's like, it's not tough to get to you. I understand in your mind you feel like it or you would like to project that to me, but think about how long I've been getting to people. Joe, know I'm notoriously well at getting to people. Like, I'm great at this. This is my job. This is what being a Crip is about. Pressing your line and standing for what you think is right or wrong. So I don't know. Again, he's going to get an education in Cripping. Like, this is how it works. So it's just like, in a perfect world, Joe, I would just like him just to apologize. Hey, I went too far. That's not how we supposed to be talking to these, you know, to black lady. You know, that's not how we supposed to talk to black women. I shouldn't have been talking to this black lady that way. That was a bit too far. It's simple. Like, it's one thing to critique her music. Oh, you know what? I think, you know, she's an industry planner, whatever. All the stuff that I'm learning, you know, that comes with their dynamic of how they, of his opinion of her. But all the bitches, whores, sluts, sucking dick. I don't care about that black shit, especially when that little dude condescendingly said, man, you need to not be talking about the black queens. Well, I don't care about none of that shit. First off, that's some hip hop shit to even say. You using slang. Two, you better not use it in that racial overtone as you don't care about our struggle in this country. You gonna mind somebody.
Well, Glasses, thank you for waking up to have this conversation with us. But also, we all also need an education in Crip. We don't know what the twerker girls do on the Crip side or the blood side.
So to give you the quick backstory, early in the episode, Mandii revealed that one of her new favorite songs. One of her new favorite songs is the Chef Boy record, right? And right, so she was like, she didn't know L.A. for twerking. With the girls for twerking. She's like, well, how does twerking play in a part of Crips and Bloods? Like, is it a particular stomp? Is it a particular way you twerk? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Left ass cheek, right ass cheek.
We don't know. Look.
You know what's funny?
I can't believe y'all asked me that.
I had to before we get out of this.
I'm not mad, though. I'm not mad. At least I feel better knowing black people are conceding that they may not understand what's happening. Sometimes.
That's fair.
They're not depending on Colors or Snoop Dogg albums. Cool. All right, so no. So the gang doesn't define you. You define the gang. And I think that's the biggest confusion. I think, like, people think the flag, here's the standard of behavior. No. There are very few things that set a standard. Like, we all agree on accountability. For the most part, you defined what it is. So women are women to the fullest in gang life. They still are no different than women from any other region, except they will make it a business to fight you if they have a problem. They will go far and far to deal with their issues or to earn a living. That's all. It's no different.
But Glasses,
so they gonna twerk
do they add the
game.
Crip walk with the twerk? Like, is there a certain ass to foot motion ratio that they do because they Crip? No, okay.
No, they get right to it.
Okay.
Right to it. That is not a part of it. They go right to it, and they do it well. They are some of the best.
God bless them.
All right, well, Glasses, sorry for waking you up. We know you're on the West Coast, but thank you for joining us.
Gotcha.
All right, well, I think we got our answer, and I'm hoping we captured both of his files.
You don't know how badly, when you said Crip backstory, I wanted to say Crip cack story.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know how bad. Like, I stopped myself from saying Crip cack story.
That is crazy. Y'all are insane. And you know what? I really hope that y'all enjoyed this episode. If you are new here, we do drop bonus episodes on Fridays. And this is a very special one because normally Fridays I'm by myself. I'll be taking calls soon. But we are doing a two-parter because I ain't seen these. They got to take the week off. They made me do a lot of solo episodes because niggas was seeing family and on vacation at the top of the year. So I'm holding them hostage, but I am going to have them for the Friday bonus episode. So make sure if you haven't yet that you subscribe to this channel, that you go on over and subscribe to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/with Mandii B. Now, over there, you do get the ad-free version of this episode, as well as the full video ad-free version, as well as the full video for Friday's bonus episode that you could hear on the feed. Jayson, A King, thank y'all. This was nice.
Fucking
this was
fantastic.
Fun. This was really good. And I'm gonna go ahead. I am still in dry January, but I will be getting a dose of caffeine for this second episode, which will be much lighter, y'all. If you want to join us, we are talking about what women are being told that they can and cannot wear. We are also digging deep into the Let's Rap About It podcast. We're not digging in them, but you know, there's a lot over there.
Dave East would be so disturbed. He would be so disturbed.
All of them. We're getting into Jim Jones.
At Paul's Mino.
That's my favorite. We're getting into Jim Jones, Cameron, and the Crew versus 50 Cent, along with just some other things. I got another ignorant story to tell y'all about. So again, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Rate us 5 stars. Join us on the Patreon. Join us on Instagram, and join me everywhere, y'all. It's your girl Mandii B. And this is another episode of Selective Ignorance, where curiosity lives, controversy thrives, and conversations matter. See you for part 2 and also next week, y'all. Peace.